Sun and occasional clouds this afternoon. We'll have a high of 84, then mainly clear tonight. Lows near 60 downtown, but in the 50s in the suburbs. Sunny and warm again for this weekend. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Football season, cooler weather, and the falling leaves are here. Get your gutters ready. Call Gutter Helmet this month to save 50% off installation and get a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with purchase. Protect your home year-round. Call 888-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmet.com.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest three stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Marty Griffin. Lot of big stories today. We're going to talk about Trump. One of the big ones. We're going to talk about that parking silliness. So don't worry about parking this weekend. Come on. Let's all relax. And we're going to talk about Taylor Swift. It annoys the hell out of me that all the people that love Trump hate her. It's an irritant to me. And this woman going at me last night because how dare you put her out there as someone telling people how to vote? This is the problem with a lot of Trump folks. They can't read. And she's not asking people to vote for anyone. She's actually asking you just to register to vote, which I think is a hell of a gesture. You're just afraid of her. And I know why you're afraid. And I think Patrick pointed this out, there's 300,000 to 500,000 people a day now going to these voting registration sites, and it's scaring the hell out of Trump people because if by doing that she can motivate Trump people to vote against Trump, then Trump loses. So there you go. I want to mention something that I had started with Larry, and I think it's important. It's Friday. It's Friday Night Lights. It's football. I played a lot of football. I was bad at it. And I had concussions, and I was hurt a lot. I had probably 6, 7 knee dislocations. Most of my really close friends that played the game, including Rich Fitzgerald, my boy Jack Cavalier, Bob Tootie, all of them, have ailments from football. They just do. And some of the guys that I won't name, but most of their stuff is physical stuff, like, the neck down, let's say. My boy Jack has had, I think, knee replacements. I think he needs the other knee replaced. Fitz has had problems with his back and other issues. I cannot run 20 yards. I'm not complaining. I have a blessed life. I just do. But I have friends that I played football with at Central that played quarterback and linebacker and various things that have brain damage, quite frankly. And why am I saying this? Because parents out there, we love our kids playing football. My wife realized this. She never had much interest in football, and then we started going to Mount Lebanon games because we lived there. Was it 2 years ago? I think they were undefeated. And I had her in the stands, and the buzz is insane. It's like a Queen concert, quite frankly, with Freddie Mercury singing. It's that kind of, I swear. And you understand why kids do it and why parents push their kids to do it. And you see the acclaim, and now you see the money. But my only thing is, if you're a parent out there, we all make these choices, and there's good choices and bad choices, and I 1,000% see why kids play football today. I just do. I tell anyone that asks me this, I was a lousy football player, but playing for Central Catholic made me a better man. When my father put me in Central Catholic because I was headed down the wrong path, I had been arrested a couple times for stealing cars, was drinking a little bit, and I'm a young kid, 16, 15, stealing cars. We were smoking a little weed, blowing stuff up, starting fires, just stupid crap, headed in the wrong direction with my life. And Central Catholic has a way of doing this, but football had a big-time way of doing this. It made me feel part of something other than the bunch of wannabe gangbangers in my neighborhood that we would steal cars and lumber from the lumber yard and start fires under a bridge. It's what we did that was stupid. and try to have sex with girls too young when we were too young and smoke weed when we weren't allowed to even drink and thought that was funny too. And my point is that football gave me an identity, and it's interesting because I see Patrick's son playing football, and it's the same kind of thing. It gives you a space where you're part of that space. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. When you're a piece of that puzzle, and when that puzzle's together, it's magnificent. And even if you're not a great player, you feel like you're part of the team, and you feel like you're somebody. And it made me that. It made me disciplined. It made me focused. It made me physical. It made me overcome fear. Football did. So I get all that. And now for jocks these days, they make hundreds of millions of dollars. I get all that. However, comma. And I'm saying this today because it's Friday night and we have Friday night lights and football is a thing. Last night I'm watching Tua, this amazing young man who plays for the Dolphins, had an amazing college career, is an amazing, amazing human being. Just he's a Christian guy, he's a family guy, he's a community guy. He gets it, man. When you see a kid like that, he kind of lights up the room with his charisma. And to see him on the ground in this, and I don't know this stuff, but I heard doctors this morning on the networks talk when he was in this certain position, you could see that he was damaged, and damaged by another brain injury, a concussion. And I got to tell you, I was telling Patrick this is like his fourth major concussion. A couple of them were bad. There was real talk about, should this guy be allowed to play football? And my point is that at some point, as parents out there whose kids are banging heads at this age, because I remember having a concussion. I can distinctly remember getting up and seeing the proverbial stars. I was tackling this guy named Bobby Kennedy. He was a quarterback for Central Catholic, and my head blew up. And my point is real basic, is sometimes as a mother and father, you need to sit there and think, man, I know this is cool, but I got to think about my kid's head. And I'm watching that athlete for the Dolphins laying on the field last night, and they brought him off, and he was out of it. I'm thinking, my God, I hope he quits. But he won't, because he can't. It's hard for guys like us, and I use myself because this game, this platform, it's a buzz, man. I mean, we do things that make a difference. That's a buzz. Man, when you're at someone's house and you're changing their life, it's a buzz. When you can get the mayor to tell the truth, it's a buzz. When you can get a president on your show, we're working on both Trump and Kamala Harris to come on the air here, and we could get that. It's a buzz, and it's hard to walk away from. And my point is, I get that. But parents out there, you got to sit there and think, is it worth it for my kid to be doing this? And if they're going to do it, should I protect their head with that ugly thing on the helmets that the kids don't like to wear? Just my thoughts. One of my boys sent a note. The military makes us better men, too. He's absolutely right. The military saved a lot of lives. A lot of lives. Made better men and better women out of the women they were. But this is Friday and it's football night. And I'm not trying to ruin your buzz. But what I'm suggesting is it worth it? And that's a choice you have to make as a parent, as your son suits up tonight to bang heads with other kids. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty. Well, what's up is construction. We'll talk about it for your daylight hours today. Route 1006, otherwise known as Saxonburg Boulevard, Dorseyville Road, Guys Run Road, or Harts Run Road and Fox Chapel Roads as it travels through Indiana and Harmer Townships. Well, it's getting a single alternating lane of traffic pattern weekdays through early November. Crews will work daily between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. You want to watch for them on Saxonburg Boulevard between Klein and Harts Run Roads, on Harts Run Road between Saxonburg Boulevard and Dorseyville Road, on Dorseyville Road between Harts Run and Fox Chapel Roads, and on Guys Run Road between Fox Chapel and Locust Hill Roads. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter. Locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, head dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
As a mom of 3, I'm responsible for big decisions impacting my family. Last year, we needed to replace a few appliances. Imagine my surprise when I learned that some places are banning gas stoves. Now, new government auto mandates mean we could pay thousands more for our next vehicle. We need more energy and more choices, not fewer. Learn more at energycitizens.org.
Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
Hey folks, Marty Griffin here. Check this out. I love Levin Furniture. I'm friends with Robert Levin. He's a great man, and it's a great company to work for. So, we're talking about jobs here. They have a team that cares. And check this out. They pay for your training. It's amazing to work there. They treat their people incredibly well. They pay incredibly well. So benefits, training, work atmosphere. Apply today at levinjobs.com.
Traffic brought to you by Friendship Village of South Hills. Support comes from Friendship Village of South Hills, a resort-style senior living community providing hospitality to Pittsburgh residents in search of stability, new connections, and new adventures. More information at friendshipvillagepa.com.
Going that extra mile. This is Larry Richard for PGT Trucking. For more than 40 years, Pittsburgh-based PGT Trucking has been the source of essential and rewarding careers for CDLA drivers. Join their fleet of proud professional flatbed drivers who enjoy top-of-the-line equipment, generous benefits, reliable home time, and much more. For more information to start your career at PGT Trucking, visit pgttrucking.com. Join the proud professionals at PGT Trucking.
City Winery Pittsburgh has the best live music in the Strip District Terminal. Don't miss shows with Steve Earle, Nashville's Charles Eston, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend's Vincent Rodriguez III, music of ABBA and Yacht Rocket Brunches, and Jared Lawson. Indulge your senses in world-class wine and food while enjoying a performance in City Winery's intimate venue. Learn more at citywinery.com/Pittsburgh.
Got a pesky drain? Galease Service's $93 clog crusher will clear your main drain, or it's free. If Galease can't clear your clogged drain, it's free. Call 412-831-6199. 5-year warranty. Return visit included. PA 10887.
Call Galease. Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Veteran Naval Intelligence Officer Jack Daly recalls the time he documented Russian espionage and aggression. Frightening because it occurred only a few miles off the coast of the state of Washington.
And he pulled out a piece of paper from behind his back and he laid it down on my desk and he said, "You caught a laser shot in this picture." I said, "Do you understand what you're saying to me? A Canadian helicopter with a U.S. intelligence officer on board overflying a suspected Russian spy ship was just fired upon. That equates to an act of war." And he said, "Yep, sure does."
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
A couple things. I got a bunch to get to this morning. I heard Pat, and I love my man Pat, reporting all morning regarding the police escort. They used city cops to escort Trump the day he was shot, July 13th, in Butler. And that Larry Chirato, the police chief, was hacked off about it. I'm going to tell you why he was hacked off. These are the real facts about that story. So what happened was, Jill Biden, the vice president's wife, was scheduled for the same weekend. And I don't know if Patrick remembers we talking about this, but we did. And what happened was, and this is the truth, not disputable, the guys who kind of run the motorcycle unit decided on their own, according to what I was told, to go to the Trump rally instead of covering Jill Biden. Now they didn't abandon Jill Biden. The county covered it, and that's fine. But what happened was that irritated the hell out of the police chief. That's just how it went down. And and there's a couple reasons why it irritated the hell out of the police chief. Number one, they didn't tell him. So when he heard about it, he was out of town. I think he was on vacation. I think he was on a cruise ship or something. And so he hears that the supervisors in the motorcycle patrol, and I know some of these guys, the motorcycle guys, and they're very, very cool. They went and protected Trump and escorted him. In fact, was it two of them got hit by something? They think it might be shrapnel right in the face. One of my boys, Ray, got hit in the face. I've seen pictures that day. And so then the chief hears about that and he explodes because two things. They disobeyed orders, and then in all likelihood, one of his guys could have been hurt really badly. And then there was also irritation because there were two theories why they did that, why they decided to go on the Trump coverage instead of the Biden coverage. One of the theories was the obvious theory for the overtime. Okay, fine. The other theory was, and no one will really admit to exactly why, but the other theory was that it was political. And, I've told you guys this, and I mean this. People don't want to believe this, but a lot of Democrats in this town will not vote for Kamala Harris. They just will not. For various reasons. Some of it's sexist, some of it's misogynist, some is they just don't like the way Democrats are going so far to the left. And quite frankly, so many of the far left progressives said, defund the police. Why would cops support a Democrat right now? It's real hard in this town, which has always voted Democrat, to get cops, firefighters, truck drivers, carpenters, bricklayers, legit big-time union guys to support Kamala Harris. I'm just keeping it real here for you folks so you understand the truth. And so the police chief was irritated as hell if he found out that they decide to protect Trump because they like Trump. But the best I can figure from the guys I know that do this is it's just overtime. But when the police chief found out about this, he said, the hell with that. And he took their supervisors and he transferred them out of the motorcycle squad, and now they're hacked off. And that's what happened. It just is. Regarding downtown safety this weekend, I always talk about the past to determine your future. The Pittsburgh police have done an amazing job with big events. Whether you want to hear this or not, they just do a hell of a job with big events. They man up, they step up, they protect you. Very, 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 very unusual for someone, your regular citizen, to be hurt or assaulted or robbed during one of these big events like WVU Pittsburgh or a Steeler game or a Pirate game. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. They do a hell of a job. So if you're nervous about parking or coming downtown, I wouldn't be. I will be here with my wife, not as if that matters, and looking forward to it. And finally, regarding the mayor, we had him on here for a half hour yesterday. He was amazing. And I know people don't like to hear me say that the mayor was amazing because a lot of folks don't like him. But, in my world, there are a lot of layers to what happens in a town. So using the South Side incidents as an example, you can blame that on the cops and you'd be wrong. They've done a hell of a job over there. But here's what I would blame it on. The inactivity of our leaders, our DA, and the Liquor Control Board to shut down the bad bars. Shut them down, man. Shut them down. In other words, there are multiple layers to everything that happens in a city. The tents downtown, you can blame the mayor on that. Okay, that's fine. But where the hell is he supposed to put these people if he moves out all the tents? I'm not saying everything the mayor does is magnificent. But what I'm saying in life, like in a family, there's layers to everything. And there's a lot of folks involved in making a decision about moving 300 homeless people from tents. Or like I showed you the video of the guy who pulled a gun out downtown last week and fired it into the air on Friday afternoon. Why wasn't he arrested? Well, he was arrested. But he's mentally ill. And they have no place to treat him. So he's back out in the street. Or the guy that almost killed a cop Sunday night. They arrest him. They do their damn job. He's back out on the street already. So my point is, in this town, there are a lot of layers to what's going on that needs to be fixed rather than just the mayor sucks or Pittsburgh's dangerous all the time. Just saying. Just try and look at the big picture from time to time.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 68 and cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Shaler Elementary student accused of posting social media threats targeting several school districts in the Pittsburgh area is being charged with third-degree felony terroristic threats and third-degree misdemeanor harassment. Shaler Police Chief Sean Frank says the girl later admitted to posting a list of schools where the shootings would happen, but those threats were not credible. The bills of people's gas customers are either going up or down soon. That's because the Public Utility Commission cut a rate hike request from the natural gas utility by 40%. That will result in a 12% increase for People's natural gas customers, but People's Gas Division accounts will get a decrease of more than 1%. There's no rain in the Pittsburgh area forecast through the early part of next week. AccuWeather's Heather Zare says the only factor to bring the end of dry weather is a potential tropical storm off the southeast coast. Heather says the remnants of that system could come our way.
If it does, maybe we could pick up some rain as early as Tuesday. And if it does come our way, I think we'd get a significant rain. Not a flooding rain, but enough to actually put a dent into some of this drought that's developed.
Otherwise, we're likely to go through next week with this dry weather. 2 airliners nearly collided Thursday at Nashville International. An Alaska Airlines flight aborted takeoff to avoid colliding with a Southwest Airlines plane cleared to cross the runway in front of it.
Southwest 1045, contact departure. Alaska 369, cancel takeoff clearance.
The tires on the Alaska Airlines 737 blew out during the aborted takeoff. The airline said the tires are designed to deflate from the heat buildup during an emergency stop. There were no injuries, and the FAA and NTSB are investigating that incident. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 259 points at 41,356. The Nasdaq up 35 points, and the S&P is ahead 17. KDKA Radio News Time, 1031. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Hi, it's Paul Alexander with a great deal for my friends at Renewal by Anderson. Buy one window, patio door, or entry door, and get the next one 40% off. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door. Now is your chance to save big on incredible windows, custom-made specifically for your home for maximum comfort and energy efficiency. Don't miss out on this incredible sale from Renewal by Anderson, your one-stop shop for superior quality windows and doors. Renewal by Anderson has extended their 31-day sales event. Buy one, get one 40% off all windows, patio doors, and entry doors when you buy 4 or more. That's 40% off. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door with no minimum purchase. Special financing is available. Call by September 30th. 412-448-9090. 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. For offer and warranty details, visit renewalbyanderson.com.
Folks, Marty, you know how I feel about MediConnect. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable entity and agency, and they're so interested in helping you. So, don't let a medical emergency become a financial emergency. Their teams at MediConnect, they see this happen far too often. Call them to meet in your home, online, or in their office to discuss Medicare plans and the right one for you. There are 70 different options. Medicare plans in this region. The best part, no fee for any of their services. 888-818-6334. MediConnect. You know my boy JK. He's the Oakmont Restaurant King. If you've seen him driving around Oakmont on a Vespa, here's why. He's going to open up couple of weeks, the best Italian restaurant in this town. Stand by, folks. Michael A's. It will have the best food. I've seen it. It is beautiful. It'll have the best service. It'll have the best menu you've ever seen. Oakmont, Michael A's, coming soon. So, literally, we needed 2 new refrigerators. 2 at one time. They both blew out. Guess what? My man Matt and his boys at Voss TV and Appliance delivered them the next day. Insane pricing. Insane service. I'm telling you, man, it's the best family-owned businesses, all major appliances, all great prices, all great service. 412-650-VOSS. 412-650-VOSS.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's going on out there?
All right, you know what? Out there, it's just not too tough, Marty. I think a lot of folks took their Friday off, and good for them. We do have some delays on the parkways, but just two spots where you're getting into some slowdowns. Parkway East inbound 376 is one of them. Kind of slow at Edgewood, Swissvale as you head for the Squirrel Hill tunnels. A little bit of a slowdown on the outbound right on 376 as you approach the Squirrel Hill tunnels, too. So maybe evening rush hours beginning already. Parkway West inbound is a little slow on the front side of Green Tree Hill. Just getting word, heads up in McKeesport. Reports of an accident on 5th Avenue near the intersection with Pennsylvania Avenue. First responders are headed to the scene there. AAA traffic on the 5s, where it's time to go to the elder law attorneys of Zachariah Brown. Visit PittsburghElderlaw.com. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunny to partly cloudy and warm with a high of 84 this afternoon, then mainly clear tonight. Lows in the 50s in the suburbs, 60 downtown. Sunshine and warm this weekend. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zare, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderlaw.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Thursday. Fallout from the debate rolls on, and so do both campaigns. Man, that's a lot of the talk, isn't it? 2 to 6, Colin Dunlap with you right here, KDK.
The thing about the trails in the homeless camps is it's almost like a tune-out in your head, because we've talked about it so much it becomes kind of redundant and people are kind of sick of hearing it. But here's the thing about it. This is an American problem now. It's an open sore in a lot of cities in America. What I find fascinating is folks have this epiphany about the trails and the homeless people in the North and South Shore. And guy sends me a video this week. He's with his grandson who's 13. And they were trying to fish along the river, along the trails. And the 13-year-old was like freaked out and almost stepped on a bunch of syringes. And Grandpa was just abhorrent. He was just blown away by the fact that there were these syringes. And there were hundreds of them. We've documented this. Patrick was just down there. We had a lot of discussion about these trails. We've picked on the city, we've picked on the county, but nothing seems to change. And at the end of the day, I asked the mayor about it. It's kind of at this point an immovable object. And everybody likes to blame the mayor for all of it, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, let's just say the police chief was ordered today in Public Works to clear out all the trails. And Patrick, what would you say? We had a video here last week of it. What would you say? Are there 300 people, 300 tents roughly in all of them?
Got to be somewhere in there.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and it keeps growing, too.
Keeps growing. And it seems to move out from the central city more and more, like along the trail areas. But regardless, there are thousands and thousands of syringes. The cops have done drug raids. The drug dealers have set up shop. There are hookers in there. We've seen guys lined up for oral sex, quite frankly. And so everybody says, why doesn't the mayor clean it up? So my question to you folks is, if he cleaned it up today, where would those people go? They are human beings, you know. If we moved dogs out of a shelter, you'd be freaked out if we just let them go somewhere. There's no answer to this. And then they had the fire at the 2nd Street facility months ago. Still no plan B. And then the county's 500 homes in 500 days is the most bogus thing I ever heard in my life. 500, it ain't happening. This crap that I get a call from Bethany Hallam. Can you get one of your friends to donate me an apartment building or a hotel? Come on, man. Stop. It's an immovable object, and no one seems to be moving on it. And no one has been down there more than my boy, one of my closest friends and the best reporter I know, Andy Sheehan. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hey, Marty. How's it going?
You know this better than anyone. This isn't a, hey, let's get the bulldozers and clean that crap out of there and get rid of those junkies this afternoon kind of solution, is it, sir?
Well, the first problem is there's not enough housing, right? I mean, the 2nd Avenue Commons is closed because of the fire, so there's a shortage of shelter beds, but there's also nowhere to get people out shelter into bridge housing and maybe more permanent housing. But the other problem, or the deeper problems, are it's not a monolithic, people are homeless for one reason. Probably about 25% are there for economic reasons. They've been evicted, they lost their job, they lost their apartment. But in talking to people that shelter people, they'll tell you that 75% of the homeless people are mentally ill, drug addicted, or a combination of both. And unless you deal with that underlying problem, this is going to only get worse, and it is getting worse. This is the 5th year in a row that we've seen these encampments, and they're growing.
Wow.
The homeless population in Allegheny County has gone in 5 years from about 700 to about 1,100. So this is here to stay. I mean, the first order of business is to try to get more shelter beds and more housing, but once you do that, you have to address this underlying problem, and that's what makes these trails so dangerous here, or the perception that they're dangerous. You talk to young families that use the trails, and they either aren't doing it or they're scared to death because they're going past all this.
You're a runner. I mean, you wouldn't bring your little kids down there. Your sons are full grown now. I wouldn't. I tell my wife not to go down there when she's with her son, and tourists are blown away by it. But people hear this number 1,100 and they get all freaked out. L.A. is 50,000, and just in downtown L.A., Seattle has like 25,000. So our problem is small, but it's really big for Pittsburgh because they can't manage it, can they, Andy? They just can't manage it, man.
Well, we haven't been. I mean, you had Corey O'Connor on. It just did an audit on Department of Human Services. They do get about $40 million a year towards it.
Yep.
Which is not an insignificant amount of money.
No.
We have a problem that's on a scale that, it should be something that we can address. It was his point. And I would tend to agree, although the problems are deeper, and it would take a big commitment to try to get people into, get mental health treatment and get into recovery. And there has to be, it's a very stodgy problem because, people have to be willing to do it. About half of the people that have this mental illness don't know that
we've both been doing this for a long time, and the truth is, Andy, it takes them years to find one place to put people, and they don't seem to be able to react quickly enough. They just don't. All they do is talk about the problem, but they don't seem to resolve it. I don't see that action. Do you?
I did a story yesterday on all these incidents, these encounters between homeless people who have been identified as being mentally ill that have, had violent encounters with people. And mental health experts will tell you that, mentally ill people are no more inclined to violence than others, but people in the shelter community say, this is 5%. Do you have people out on the streets that are off their medication, that don't have treatment, that are using illicit drugs, and, they can become more aggressive. So, I mean, there's not a recognition of that, on any meaningful level.
But why? Come on, man. We've been reporting this now for 5 friggin' years. Why isn't there a recognition? Why the hell don't they take drastic action? This is what I can't wrap my arms around.
Well,
they just point the fingers. Hold on, let me finish. All they do is spin around and point the fingers at each other.
Right. Well, the system doesn't work, and Lee Schmidt, the public safety director, is now calling for a summit with the DA, judges, service providers, Department of Human Services, all these different agencies. The police can't arrest their way out of this. The jail is not the answer to any of this stuff. Everybody's in their different silos, right? They're starting to realize that, people that get involved with the criminal justice system have a addiction or mental illness, and there needs to be some way to get them help. Instead of putting them into jail for a night and then releasing them out on the street again. So they're trying to have diversionary programs, try to amp it up, to get people into recovery services or get on medication. This is sort of the fallout from deinstitutionalization when they started closing down all the mental institutions in the 70s and said, we're going to have community-based care. Well, it never happened.
Never did. Oh, man. Hey, the funniest thing you said yesterday was when you were interviewing Larry about all the drugs they confiscated. And it's a serious story, but I'm sitting at home watching my boy Sheehan, and I had to laugh. That you asked him where the drugs were, and he said, we got $2.5 million of heroin sitting in the lost and found if somebody wants to come and claim it.
I don't think nobody's stepping forward.
That was rich, Sheehan.
How about $2.5 million?
My man. Thanks, brother.
Does it make any, ask you, does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Somebody's stashing that money?
Somebody's dead. Somebody's dead somewhere, man. Thanks,
okay.
Man.
That's not funny.
I love Sheehan. It's not funny, but it is funny. Literally, the chief literally says to Sheehan, yeah, it's in lost and found. If anyone wants to come and pick up $2.5 million of the heroin. I'm here to pick up that heroin from yesterday. Huh? From the PJ Fitzpatrick. If anyone wants to claim it, call us and we'll help you out. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we do have plenty of traffic out on the area roads, most of which, I will say, is moving very well. We've had the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras fired up, looking all over the district this morning, accident-free as far as that roster goes. But some delays for you. We spotted some of them on the Parkway West where, as they do, they fluctuate back and forth on that front side of Green Tree Hill. So right now, your inbound ride has brake lights beginning right at the top of Green Tree Hill. The outbound trek toward the airport from downtown is a good one so far this morning. We're now Parkway East inbound is suddenly heavy again, too, stacking into that Wilkinsburg interchange as you make your way into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Lynn Hayes Freeland here with a tip on how you can get involved in the Pittsburgh Chinese Cultural Festival in collaboration with the Pittsburgh Chinese Cultural Association. It's a free festival on September 21st in Mellon Park Shadyside from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And while you're there, look for the AARP Pennsylvania Volunteers. They'll have a pop-up booth with details on where, when, and how you can vote on November 5th. So mark it down, September 21st, Mellon Park Shadyside for the Pittsburgh Chinese Festival.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
You love your city, but let's be honest, the commute, not so much. That's where the free Odyssey app can help. Download the app and follow your local news station so you can get the latest traffic reports or find if your train is on time before you walk out your door. Knowing all this gives you time to think about the essential things like, do I have time to get coffee? Download the free Odyssey app and search your local news station. That's AUDACY.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
A house is 80 years old, maybe 90. Has a couple bathrooms. We had a plumber in there fixing one of the bathrooms. He said the fixtures were 30 years old. It's old. It needs updated. We got the Bath Authority coming out. Look, here's why I love them. It's modern. Everything they make is durable. Everything they make is custom. Everything they make is low maintenance. Walk-in tubs, great. Replacement showers, great. Tub to shower conversions, great. This is the best chance for you to get a new bath, the Bath Authority. 412-292-9292. 412-249-1140. 412-249-1140. Get $1,500 off a new shower or bath and 36 months of interest-free financing. Bath Authority, 412-249-1140.
Pittsburgh's a great place to ride a bike, but sometimes cars don't pay attention and bicyclists get hurt. If that happens to you, call Goodrich & Geist, the good guys.
Go between the hash marks and get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Dave & Buster's. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Diulis Law. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Just like in the field of athletics, it's all about teamwork, and the team at Coons Market is there every day prepared to bring you top quality groceries along with friendly, courteous service and prices that will always be reasonable. So, hey, our team wishing your team the best of luck. And remember, whether it's game time or any time, when it's time to enjoy good quality food at reasonable prices, visit Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Bob Casey, a familiar name, but ask yourself, what's he done for you and your family? In his 18th year in Washington, what's Bob Casey got to show for it? He made sure COVID relief checks could go to convicted felons. You heard that right. Bob Casey made sure COVID checks went to convicted felons. When reasonable people tried to stop murderers and rapists from getting checks, Casey voted no. Even the Boston Marathon bomber ended up with a big fat check. Casey voted the party line instead of using some common sense. And with families struggling to pay the bills, Casey had this to say about throwing around their tax dollars.
Go big or go home.
Bob Casey went big. He botched it. And it's time for him to finally go home. Bob Casey is wrong for Pennsylvania. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
So when I went to physical, and it's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally, it's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at physical. Physical. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Dottie from New York asks, I'm 74 and have $3 million and want to know how to let my two sons have it, not a nursing home. Dottie, there are several ways to shelter your money in a perfectly legal manner, but oftentimes doing so means that you could lose control over your assets. I really do suggest that you sit down with a fee-only financial planner and also a qualified estate attorney to make sure that you won't need access to a large portion of this money to fund your financial future.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I love Tony Marino. He's one of my favorite people. He's passionate. We've actually walked the streets of Pittsburgh and engaged some of the very aggressive panhandling, seen some of the drug addicts. And Tony says he could fix this. immediately, and these people are there because the city wants them to be there. I know Tony, I love him, but he's wrong. He's wrong. I mean, look, let's be pragmatic about this. And I want this cleaned up as much as you do. Let's say again, we bulldoze, and by the way, the city has trucks right now along the trails. One of my boys just sent me some video trying to clean up some of this madness. But you tell me, folks, where do you put them? These are human beings. They're not chia pets. No, I'm serious. And you heard Sheehan, 75% of them have mental illness issues. What are you doing, man? Have you tried to get a bed in a mental health facility for your kid? I'm serious. They don't exist. They just don't. I told you this, man. 20 years ago, America had 650,000 mental health beds for treatment of folks with mental illness. Now they have 35,000. That's the whole country. I'm just keeping it real with you. So my point is that you bring in the National Guard. You remove every tent, you spray it down, you steam clean it. All right. Patrick, what's your estimate? Honestly, you're a fair-minded guy. Your estimate of the number of homeless people just along the trails that you videotaped in the last week and we showed on there. How much? How many?
I'd say at least 300-400.
Where were they going? And you know the system as well as anyone. Where the hell are they going? Where?
That's the deal. You can't put them in the jail. There are no resources at the jail. They're very limited.
They have no friggin' counselors in the jail.
No.
No therapists.
No. So where that used to be the pathway, you go to court.
Right.
They send you to the jail. They get you the mental health treatment. The services aren't there.
They're just not.
No.
And
that's why we're kicking them to the streets, and then they just go right back out.
And it's very easy for Tony Moreno to say Allegheny County mental health has to do its job. Okay. Where are you putting them, Tony? Where are you putting them? There are no beds. I'm just telling you, man. I mean, it's so easy to say I could fix this in a day. No, you can't. If they are hardened criminals, put them in jail. But 75% of them, Tony, have mental illness issues. Where? You won't answer this question. He keeps sending me these outrageous texts. Where are you putting them? Where? Where physically? There are no beds. None. Zero. And you can't warehouse them in jail. You can't. It's inhumane. So they are where they are because there's nowhere to put them. It's just the truth, man. And it stings. And it's real easy to say the city sucks, the mayor sucks, the police chief sucks. All right. But your plan sucks because you have no place to put the mentally ill and addicted. You just don't.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Every child deserves a safe and loving home. CASA of Westmoreland is dedicated to making this a reality. Our court-appointed special advocates give a voice to abused and neglected children in the foster care system. You can be that difference in a child's life. Volunteer with CASA and help guide a child to a brighter future. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org today to learn more. That's casaofwestmoreland.org. Together, we can change lives, one child at a time.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
73, mostly cloudy skies at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The city of Pittsburgh is poised to offer a settlement with the victims of the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse back in January of 2022. Deputy Mayor Jake Pollack has authorized City Council to pay the victims $500,000 to settle these lawsuits filed by Pittsburgh Regional Transit bus driver Daryl Luciani and others. That lawsuit cited a lack of upkeep on the bridge. The Pirates, Pitt, and Alco Parking are urging fans going to the Backyard Brawl or the Pirates game to get there early tomorrow. The baseball game starts at 1:05 and the Panthers-Mountaineers kickoff is at 3:30. While North Shore parking lots will open at 10 a.m., the spaces are all pre-sale for tomorrow's games. Cecilia Cagney at Acrisure Stadium says fans will need extra time to find a parking spot.
I would recommend showing up 2 hours prior is when the gates will open. You may also want to take into account, just making sure you have plenty of time to sort your parking and to, get into the facility. On-street parking is prohibited tomorrow, and tailgaters must leave parking areas when the games begin. 2 purchasing managers in Westmoreland County were fired after the discovery of payroll irregularities. News Radio KDK's Pat Septak has details.
Christopher Cardiff and Kristen Coyne are out as director and assistant director of Westmoreland County's purchasing department. County commissioners initially suspended the 2 last month after allegations surfaced that they approved additional pay for themselves and 4 other staffers without authorization. Records show that for Cardiff, the extra pay amounted to more than $5,300, and Coyne received more than $3,600 in additional pay. Now comes word that both Cardiff and Coyne have been fired from their positions. Authorities say the county's fiscal office will continue to oversee the purchasing department until new administrators are hired. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
3 McKeesport area school district employees are now on unpaid leave in the wake of a sex abuse scandal. The employees are among a group of 5 school workers who waited 5 days to report a student was having sex with a school security guard. Former Superintendent Tia Wanzo was one of the people under fire and resigned before the school year started. McKeesport's school board voted this week to put 3 employees on unpaid leave. A 4th person is being reinstated today. An advisory committee will be part of the search for a new athletic director at the University of Pittsburgh after the dismissal of Heather Like. Chancellor Joan Gable said the committee is made up of 7 individuals who are outstanding members of the Pitt community, including former football greats Aaron Donald and Pat Bostic and men's basketball coach Jeff Capel. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 292 points at 41,377. The NASDAQ up 107 points, and the S&P is up 29. Tonight's KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has Mars at El Equipa. Our coverage starts with the Smart Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6 p.m. Also, the Pirates open a 3-game home series with Kansas City tonight. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Time to call Shenderovich and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. 73, mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
KDKA is supported by Friendship Village of South Hills. Friendship, it's in the name. With recent renovations almost complete, this resort-style senior living community delivers amenities, personalized services, and hospitality to Pittsburgh area residents in search of a stable future, new connections, and new adventures. More information can be found at friendshipvillagepa.com.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All All right, Marty, we do have pretty tame traffic around the area roads. That gives us a chance to talk about weekend construction that'll be in your way, folks. Beginning tonight at 7 through Monday at 6 a.m., concrete patching work means you'll have a single lane of traffic on northbound Interstate 79 in Robinson and Kennedy townships. That's between the I-376 Airport Pittsburgh exit 59 and the Route 60 Crafton Moon Run exit. Also at 7 tonight through 6 on Monday, round-the-clock bridge deck repair work will force you into a single lane of traffic on Interstate 79 southbound. That'll be from the Route 51 Neville Island exit off-ramp. It'll be just south of that off-ramp, however, is where you'll be in that lane restriction because of that portion of the project. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will bring sun and occasional clouds with a warm high of 84. Tonight, mainly clear with lows in the 50s in the suburbs, 60 downtown, sunny and warm this weekend. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, I'm going to post this right now. One of my boys is out working this morning. I just put it on X. There's a lot of it's sad, and it's along the lines of what we were just talking about. It's kind of tragic and it's kind of funny all at the same time. A homeless guy, and I have this video, stole a sink from a boat parked along the river for the backyard brawl, and he has the sink on his head, and he's walking down the riverwalk along the river. And so it goes. There is no reasonable solution to any of this stuff. I don't know what the solution is, but I would pick him up for theft. I would start with that. A lot of guys like to tell me, let's just build an encampment. Like one of my boys said, I'd put a metal roof. And it's not how it works, man. You can't put 500 people that are drug addicted, alcoholic, mentally ill folks and say, come on over, guys, bring your tent. Yeah, this is where we're going to live for the next 5 years. It doesn't work, man. It's really complex. It's a crap show. What did you say, Patrick? How many people were in California? What did you say? 200,000 sleeping on the streets?
120,000.
Jeez.
Yep.
And we're freaked out over 1,100. 120,000. I was in Santa Monica a couple years ago. My nephews live in San Francisco. It's insane. What I don't understand is everybody likes to blame this on when they closed all the mental health hospitals, but that was the 60s and 70s, man. The pandemic really kind of housing costs and no access to services and job losses really kind of exacerbated
the pandemic, the economy collapsing,
yeah,
all of those things. Yeah. Plus, this also is outlying areas that have come to Pittsburgh.
Right
so
on.
People that experience job losses and homelessness in Butler and Beaver and Armstrong. Where are the services? The social services are here in Allegheny County.
What Patrick was, ask the cops who are down the streets every day. The homeless gravitate to where they get stuff, whether it's syringes or food or a tent, because some of these local agencies pass out tents.
Or healthcare.
Or drugs. Or sex. But there's a homeless guy who just stole a sink from a boat. Parked along. Oh, gosh. All right. I digress. I got to get to this. This is actually something that happened yesterday that I find astounding. This 10-year-old, was it a girl? Yeah, in elementary school, called in bomb threats, and it would have affected like 12 schools. And there's a lot of discussion about what do you do with this kid. And Megan Schiller with KDKA TV. Then we're going to talk to Judge Mariani about this. It's probably time to start thinking about aggressively going after parents. When you got kids, and now there's copycats. Now someone sent videos to kids in Pine Richland this morning and more threats. And then some reported some guy with a mask on in an elementary school in Pittsburgh. Listen to this piece that Megan did yesterday.
Pittsburgh Special Agent in Charge, Kevin Rojak, described the last 48 to 72 hours as rapid response.
So currently I've been briefed on at least 14 threats just within the last 48 hours.
Countless school districts across our area will now deal with the cascading effects of these online threats of violence.
Schools closing, after school events being canceled, sporting events being canceled, and just the general fear throughout the public.
This is the threat shared online that prompted closures across not just Shaler School District yesterday, but closed Butler today. Shaler Chief of Police Sean Frank said he now needs to work with the Allegheny County's district attorney to draft criminal charges against the 10-year-old girl who posted it.
In talking with one of her family members, I'm not sure if it was father or not, that she was told that those schools were on lockdown yesterday because of the other incident. So that's why she chose the schools that she did. When you have somebody that young, you have to think about the parental guidance or lack of.
And Rojak wants all parents and caregivers to talk to their kids about not reposting or sharing if they come across one of these threats on social media.
We've seen threats that particularly juveniles are reposting, and we want to get the message out that it's not helpful when students are reposting threats that they're seeing online. They should just let their parents know or let the schools know and then have them report it to local police and it'll be investigated appropriately. But reposting them tend to just cause more fear throughout the community.
All right, that's it. That's enough. I've had enough of these kids doing this, and I'm going to grab Judge Mariani. There's a lot of discussion, and the DA's office is looking into this. Can they aggressively go after parents? These kids think this is funny, or they're trying to get... When I was younger, some jagoff, and I mean that in the nicest way, and it's in the dictionary, I'm allowed to say it, would call a bomb threat into the school, and we had a test. Ha ha ha, that's funny. And they would kick the kid out of school. Now what happens, and they alluded to that in the piece, is this kid does this. How many schools closed down? He's 13? It's insanity. And the parents know this behavior. And so I'm told that the DA's office is kind of looking into, can we go after these parents? If mom and dad know the kids are involved in this aberrant behavior and they're allowing this to continue, they should arrest mom and dad. If the kid's 10 years old, you can't do squat with a 10-year-old. If you have a kid who's 10 years old and they're doing this sort of thing, something's wrong with that kid. They got mental problems. They have socio-adaptation problems. They're in a world of you-know-what. And I'm told yesterday from my sources in the DA's office that looking into this, that is a time to get aggressive with the parents. Judge Anthony Mariani, a retired, who's now working with Phil De La Sente. Judge, is there a world, in a legal world, where a DA can go after parents in cases like this, sir?
All right. It's a hard question to answer quickly, but I'll try. Because you limit it to criminal prosecution by asking, can the DA go after, versus could there be civil remedies as well? But let's stick with the criminal. The answer is very difficult, in my view. And the reason is this. This is not the kind, a computer, a phone that has access to the internet. These are items that have very important, useful purposes for kids, education being high among them, but not just education. So it's not like an AR-15 where you say, who would let a kid have an AR-15? These devices are capable of causing substantial damage, and as we've seen, right. But they're not innately harmful. They have to be used in a way that makes their use harmful to other people. So it's not an easy question, because who would say you can't let your 10-year-old have access to the computer today?
Wow.
Who would say that?
Wow.
To the internet?
Wow.
All right? So it's a very difficult question. And if there's prior conduct, if the child has demonstrated improper use, yes, I think that now you're going in that direction, but it's not that easy.
Wow. You just open up my eyes on this thing. This is not kind of like mom and dad are jerks, so they let their kid do this, which makes the kid a jerk, so mom and dad are responsible, so haul mom in jail and dad into jail. It's not that easy, is it, sir?
Not at all. Now, you can, the legislature can statutorily impose duties, and they could pass a statute that would almost make it a requirement if they wanted to. That would be so difficult to enforce, but you could have strict liability for the conduct.
Wow.
Again, in the criminal in the criminal arena versus the civil, you still have to have some level of criminal intent. And in the strict liability criminal cases, like regulatory crimes, EPA stuff, where if you have a pollution caused event by the fracking company, they're held liable almost as a matter of course because they're on notice that they can't let that happen. So can you do that in this setting? Very difficult.
Man. It's so confounding. When we grew up, Judge, it didn't work this way. You get kicked out of school, everybody would move on. Now they're shutting down 13 schools doing this stuff, and it's very dangerous. It scares the hell out of people.
Yeah. And I heard the explanation on the news given. Of course, I don't know whether that was the exact explanation given, because I don't mean to be disrespectful of the news, but there's reasons why we have people testify under oath in court when you want to rely on the information. So it could be arguably innocent, or it could be arguably a attempt to give an innocent explanation for not such innocent conduct.
And Judge, the truth is, you really can't do much with a 10-year-old legally, even if she did it.
No, you cannot.
Right?
You cannot, and you can impose consequences on the parents. You can absolutely do that, but I think you have a better chance at the civil side than the criminal. Now, the next question is, well, what does the school do in the way of discipline, and what legally can the school do?
Right.
And I think we need to give schools more leeway, because we're talking about protecting all of the students. It poses the legal question: can you say, look, this one student presents a potential harm to the whole group of students, and we have to act in favor of the group? I mean, that's not unique in legal area.
Judge Mariani, you're the best. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
You got to do something, though, and his ideas are magnificent. But he opened my eyes that you can't really just connect the dots and say arrest mom and dad. You have to prove criminal intent. And from the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, good morning.
All right, good morning, Marty. Not a good morning in McKeesport right now. We have an accident working, and first responders are rolling up on the scene. Eden Park Boulevard at King Street, so do watch out for the slowdowns there. We'll have some construction slowing your go in the northern suburbs this weekend. McKnight Road in the city of Pittsburgh will be down to a single lane in each direction, and that starts tonight at 8 p.m. through 6 on Monday morning. This is between Ivory Avenue and Roseland Avenue. Also, Babcock Boulevard in McCandless is closing tonight at 6, round the clock through 6 on Monday morning. It'll be between Pierce Mill Road and Irwin Road where you'll find that closure, and you'll be detoured via Ingomar Road, Route 19, and Route 910. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
We want you back after this break. Heart disease kills one person every 33 seconds. Schedule your heart screening at UPMC today.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbor's dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
According to independent studies, AccuWeather has been proven to be the most accurate source of weather forecasts and warnings. In the longest continuous forecast accuracy study comparing AccuWeather to National Weather Service temperature forecasts for Washington, D.C., AccuWeather forecasts have been more accurate in greater than 99% of the months since the study was initiated in January 1998. If you want to be correct most often, AccuWeather is your only solution. Go to AccuWeather.com or download the AccuWeather app in the App Store or Google Play today.
Why does Pennsylvania need the U.S. Steel-Nippon merger? It protects thousands of union jobs. Nippon is committed to a nearly $3 billion upgrade of U.S. Steel's union-represented mills, including $1 billion to upgrade 86-year-old equipment in the Mon Valley. Nippon's cutting-edge technology to decarbonize the blast furnaces will make the Mon Valley's air cleaner, and it will help U.S. Steel reach its goal of being net zero emissions by 2050. All of this will increase U.S. Steel's competitiveness worldwide. And the merger also protects 1,000 headquarters jobs and keeps U.S. Steel in Pittsburgh, where it has been for nearly 125 years. Protecting jobs, modernizing steelmaking, and increasing competitiveness. Pennsylvania needs the U.S. Steel-Nippon merger so we can keep steel in the Steel City. Paid for by U.S. Steel.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Something magical happens every day at your neighborhood library. You could be teleported to the past, wander in the present, and even travel to the future. Kids can connect to their wildest imaginations, while teens can meet, greet, and retreat. Sure, libraries are beautiful cathedrals filled with amazing books, but they're also work hubs, community centers, meeting places, skill builders, entertainers, world expanders. Just about anything you can imagine, you can do at your neighborhood library. September is Love Your Library Month, so make a donation and spread some of that love today.
Hi, this is Frank Walker, Frank Walker Law. Listen, if you have been arrested or injured in an accident, you may think you know what to do. You're going to talk to your friends, you're going to talk to your family. They're going to give you some bad advice. Here's my advice. Give us a call, 412-532-6805. Visit us online at frankwalkerlaw.com. Don't make the mistake of thinking you could do it by yourself. 412-532-6805 or visit us online at frankwalkerlaw.com.
You better call. You better call Frank Walker.
Got a pesky drain? Galease Services' $93 clog crusher will clear your main drain, or it's free. If Galease can't clear your clogged drain, it's free. Call 412-831-6199. 5-year warranty. Return visit included. PA 10887.
Call Galease.
Serious savings at your local Parmar store. Dan Zang really reminding you to download the Parmar Stores app and save big. Get 3 cooler beverage items with your Parmar Rewards card and get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. And remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is how this happens in real time, how this affects each and every one of us. So last night, Patrick, his son is in the Fox Chapel School District, and Patrick sent me this message that they got from the superintendent. And as reported earlier today, there was a social media post that circulated at Dorseyville Middle School that caused concern. The district, school, police, and law enforcement investigated with the regional law enforcement, blah, 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 blah. The investigation showed no credible threat. Unfortunately, this is inaccurate information. People freaked out. Safety and security is always of our utmost importance. We take violations seriously out of abundance of caution. there will be an increased law enforcement present at the district's campus tomorrow. So now we find out in real time where that message initiated from, and I would have to wonder what their definition of a real threat means, because this is crazy stuff. Is it not, Dustin? This is very concerning, is it not?
Yeah, so I have a child who attends Dorseyville Middle School, and I wouldn't have sent him to school today. He's at home sick with pneumonia anyway, but, this is something that just with the world we live in these days, I mean, we're seeing this every day, every week, something along these lines of threats being called in, or just what happened down in Georgia recently.
No, you're right.
And I feel, the Fox Chapel School District, listen, it's a great school district, but they don't want their name tarnished. They refuse to put in metal detectors because we are a prominent school district that doesn't need them.
It happens all over the country because we're too good for them. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Hold on, let's back up. Let's tell the story why you're so concerned.
Sure.
So this video that circulated that I'm looking at right now that we're about to produce and post, it shows a young man, and I'm assuming he's in that school district?
He is. He is an 8th grader in that school. Yes,
and he's waving a gun around.
Yes, sir.
On video.
Correct.
And then he sends, the same guy, right? He makes this post, right?
Correct.
Can you read the post? Because this is what would scare the crap out of me if I'm a parent.
Yeah, sure. Well, 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Wow. So this 8th grade student makes this. This is why this email came out that Patrick sent to me. And his eyes kind of lit up when we're seeing all this. Because we don't know why these districts get worked up, and this is why. And Dustin's kid. Right. Go ahead, man.
So the post says, "Do not go to school tomorrow if you know what's good for you." And then someone responded, "Is that a threat?"
Yeah.
And the same child responded, "My uncle at 7:45 is going to come in the school through the door near the band, and I'm going to open it on the inside if it's locked. I pocket it, and he's bringing a gun. If you want to go to school, and then that cuts off."
Looks like fine. And he's waving a gun around, so as a parent, you're scared crapless thinking, my God, someone's going to get shot in my school tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm told the police are involved, and I'm told this kid has been reached out to, and this threat, if there ever was one, has been eliminated. Do you feel safe now?
I do not. When the other day when they found the bullet on the Shaler school bus, and then there was some type of threat called in, I mean, it was, it was on the news media outlets, and, there was much more communication from the Shaler school district to the parents, but Fox Chapel, we get one little letter sent to us via text, and that's it. I mean, there's no further, hey, we suspended or expelled the student.
No, I agree.
Nothing
they
like that.
They should tell you exactly what the hell's going on, because this is scary.
Absolutely.
Can you hang, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man, hang around. All right, we got more coming back.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
73 with cloudy skies at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. It will be a busy weekend with thousands of visitors And Pittsburgh's police chief says there will be enough officers on the south side. The focus is keeping East Carson Street calm after an officer suffered a broken leg while breaking up a fight outside a bar last weekend. At a news briefing, Chief Larry Scarrato said problematic business owners should be held accountable.
Some of the businesses over there, and there are just a few to be quite honest, operate in a manner that they don't take accountability for the actions and behavior of their patrons, as if that once those individuals get outside, it's the responsibility of the police and not the responsibility of the bar ownership to regulate the type of client they solicit and, more importantly, their behavior.
Chief Scarrato said 60% of the people arrested on the south side are not Pittsburgh residents. State police are asking for help in locating a missing man who is endangered. 34-year-old Sean Powell was last seen at Armstrong County Memorial Hospital in East Franklin Thursday. He was wearing green scrubs. Powell has hazel eyes and brown hair. He weighs 220 pounds and is 6'2". Anyone with information about his whereabouts is asked to contact state police in Katanning. Some major roadway work could affect your travel this weekend. With more on that, here's News Radio KDKA's Greg McAtee.
Beginning tonight at 9 through the weekend, PennDOT will restrict the Parkway East to a single lane each direction between Business 22 and the bridge over Sunset Drive for concrete approach slab reconstruction work. Watch for heavy delays, especially tomorrow afternoon heading to or from the North Shore for the Pirates and Pitt, West Virginia matchups. Work is expected to wrap up by 5 a.m. Monday. I'm Greg McAtee, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 317 points at 41,413. The Nasdaq up 115. The S&P is ahead 31 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio KDKA.
Hi, it's Paul Alexander. You know, when it comes to windows and doors, there's only one name you need to know. Renewal by Andersen. They're the full-service window replacement division of Andersen, who's been building quality windows and doors for more than 120 years. Renewal by Andersen will help you choose the perfect windows and doors and provide expert installation. And with more than 2,500 five-star reviews in Greater Pittsburgh, they're a name that people know and trust. This month, Renewal by Andersen has extended their 31-day sales event by one. Get 40% off all windows, patio doors, and entry doors when you buy 4 or more. That's 40% off. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door with no minimum purchase. Special financing is available. Call by September 30th, 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. For offer and warranty details, visit renewalbyandersen.com.
Hey, Bucco fans, make sure you join us at PNC Park on Saturday, September 14th for Negro League Legacy Game. The Pirates take on the Kansas City Royals at 1:05 for some afternoon baseball. And the first 20,000 fans will get a Negro League Legacy-inspired T-shirt featuring the Homestead Grays and Pittsburgh Crawfords, all thanks to Duquesne Light. Get your tickets for Negro League Legacy Day at pirates.com/tickets.
Paul Alexander here. Most goals we set for ourselves have a pretty clear course. I want a trip to Nashville. So you read a couple of reviews, talk to a few friends, save up some money and book it. Maybe a couple of choices along the way, but overall, it's a clear course to reach your goal. Now, if your goal is to lose 40 or 50 pounds, where's that clear path? You read reviews, talk with a few friends, and try something out. When it doesn't work, you're disappointed. We've all been there, and it sucks. Know what I say? Stop trying, do what I did, and start doing. Reach your goal with Awaken 180. It's a clear course to success without the disappointment. No guesswork, no trial and error, and no medication side effects. I'm proof. I dropped 35 pounds my first go at it, and it was simple. A word never associated with weight loss, by the way, except when referring to Awaken 180. Choose the simple, clear course to success with the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
If you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862, TTY 711 to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
At Duquesne Light Company, we know you rely on us to power the things you do.
which is why we are committed to delivering accurate and fast communication to you in the moments that matter most, every hour of every day. Keep your plans, because we're keeping our promise. Learn more at DuquesneLight.com. Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up? What's up?
Oh, what's up is an accident still working for folks. This is in McKeesport, Marty. Crews continue to work with an accident on Eden Park Boulevard at King Street. Of course, Eden Park Boulevard, a busy stretch of road there, so do leave extra time to get around that. Parkway West is going to cost you a little extra time at this hour. If you're trying to head into downtown, you're stacking up before the top of Green Tree Hill, especially heavy on that front side trying to fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound, not too tough of a ride for you, but you do have some delays. You'll want to account for those in your travel plans. Backing up at Edgewood Swissvale ahead of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
And occasional clouds this afternoon. We'll have a high of 84, then mainly clear tonight. Lows near 60 downtown, but in the 50s in the suburbs. Sunny and warm again for this weekend. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This traffic report brought to you by NJM Insurance. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then they're Mets. Just great insurance. NJM.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
KDKA Pittsburgh.
Man, this is crazy stuff. I wanted to grab Dustin. So, Dustin, you pointed out something that actually has the FBI and all local cops and administrators and school districts hacked off and scared crapless. Because what's happening is, so that post that we just put on X and on Facebook, so that's being circulated to all these different school districts, and it's scaring the hell out of everyone, right?
Yes.
Right? And no one knows how to stop it. I mean, they got to arrest this kid. They got to arrest anyone responsible and throw him in jail, do they not?
Yeah, I feel that these kids who make these threats or post these videos need to have some sort of action taken against them, because who's to say that they're not really going to truly carry out with this plan?
Exactly. And so what happens is, in this post is scary as hell. It says pretty much my uncle's going to come to school with a gun in the side door, and then who knows, don't come to school tomorrow, you could get killed, right?
Correct.
And then, Dustin, it circulated all these different school districts, and then every school district freaks out. By the way, they should, right?
Absolutely.
We had a judge on here. Look, man, I think if you can prove that mom and dad or someone knew he was doing this, you got to drag mom and dad into court too, do you not, Dustin? Yeah,
absolutely, man. It always has to start at home as well.
Does.
Because, these kids need to be taught right from wrong, and it starts at home, So
now, does your kid know the kid in that video?
So he doesn't know him personally. He knows bits and pieces. Yeah. And I tried, hey, where does he live? What does he do? The only thing that my son said is that he knows that he comes from a troubled home.
Wow. You're raising a lot of awareness today. You did a hell of a job. And the point is, man, we got to crack down on this stuff. This can't continue because, the truth is someone could get killed, brother. And this could be carried out someday. And we can't be too cautious, right?
Right, and that's exactly why I reached out to you.
No, you're
because
right.
I just feel that these school districts, and the one that my kid goes to, for example, is trying to kind of sweep this under the rug so that, it doesn't tarnish their name. Again, it's a great school district, but, things got to change, man, because this world's too scary.
No,
it's so scary to send my kid to school and not knowing if he's going to be safe or not.
No, I'm with you. I'm feeling your pain, and I'm thinking about my own kids today. Dustin, you're a good man. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. Have a good one. Thank you.
This is amazing that he sent us that, because Patrick brought this up yesterday, and then Patrick sent me the notice last night. This is what ended up shutting down, 13, 14 schools, right?
Yeah.
Because one kid cuts one video, then what happens is it gets circulated everywhere, and they all think it's their school, right?
Exactly.
Man.
And this is separate from the 10-year-old girl,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's two things this week.
Excellent point. I want to introduce a very special guest we have. Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
This is big. This is a big moment in my life and in our careers here. You realize that, Natalie?
I do. I'm so happy to be here.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
You probably just woke up. You're a Pitt kid. You're probably partying with my daughter last night. She loves Pitt. Tell us who you are and describe your role here, because we're going to be using her a lot. And I'm very excited about this. Tell us, please.
So I'm Natalie Silberman. I'm a junior at Pitt. Hail to Pitt.
Go Pitt. Go Pitt.
Yeah, go Pitt. I am a co-host on the Next Take radio show with two other Pitt students, and I'm lucky enough to join Marty every Friday.
You know I'm a big shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very talented, very wealthy, very famous, and I have a hot wife and beautiful kids. Just remember all that stuff, Natalie.
I'm locking it in.
All right, so I love Pitt, and my daughter's there. And I saw, and I'm going to throw a couple things at you. I saw a couple things. She was worried about the cafeteria food, this food service food there, and some kids got sick. Is that legit? Or are there concerns or what?
So I saw that too.
Yep.
I don't eat at the Eatery anymore. I don't have a meal plan.
See? So my daughter's saying.
I did see that they were investigating because people were finding worms and hair in the food.
Jeez.
Just like really gross stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it. I do, honestly.
Yeah, my daughter, what you're saying, because she feels uncomfortable about the food.
Yeah.
And then I saw this, and they say they're working on it, but we'll see. Yeah. What else is happening in your world, Natalie?
I don't know. I'm just getting really excited for the game tomorrow. Me and my friends are already prepping.
Do you sit in the student section?
Gonna try. Well, we'll be in the student section, but
see, hold on.
This
is why I love having her. I got to make sure you get her cell so I can text her when stuff happens at Pitt. Can we do that, Natalie? Get your cell number so I can text you when stuff happens at Pitt. Don't give it out in the air, but I'll get it when we go into break. All right?
Okay.
So using what you just said, this is why I love having her here. So to get in the student section, because tomorrow is such a hot game, I'm being told by my daughter Sophia, you got to get there like 2 hours early at least. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Me and my friends are getting there at like 12, 12:30 to tailgate. Yeah. Okay. And then, I mean, I guess we'll see. We're probably going to be up.
Yeah.
It's sold out. So.
Hey, so let me ask you this too. I'm wondering if this is fair coverage of West Virginia. My daughter's boyfriend goes to WVU, and she said when she was down there, now she didn't see this, but she heard that their fans threw water balloons full of urine at the band. Is that hyperbole, Natalie, or is that accurate?
I believe it.
Do you really?
I didn't. That's kind of crazy. I believe it.
Because she tells me that
Virginia students.
Yeah, because this is what Sophia says. She says that they're 10x in terms of outrageous, outlandish behavior versus Pitt students. Is that fair? Is that accurate?
Yeah, definitely. It's WVU.
I love this girl. She also says, no, I heard this, that the football players wear helmets when they're down there because they were throwing objects at them. Is that accurate?
Yeah, for sure. I believe all of this. Any slander against WVU, I believe it. Hold me liable, but I'll spread it.
Natalie, you're the best. The thing that, and I had Sophia home last weekend because she has Lyme disease, and we were watching football, and she's a big football fan now because she loves Pitt. What Pitt needs to do is establish a culture of football madness like they have at Oklahoma or Florida or Notre Dame or Penn State. Pitt doesn't have that. You got to admit that, right?
We don't, and I feel like we could,
yes,
too.
I agree.
I think it would be so cool if we had something like that.
But they got to win. Do you not agree as well?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's already... Last year was a horrible season to have to sit through.
It was a dog.
Yeah, it was like watching pulling teeth.
It was
every
horrible.
Game I went to.
But I love the fact that she loves football now. I love that you're with us now. She also has a crush on Kenny Pickett. Still. How about you? Still. How about you?
Yeah, same.
You do?
Yeah. I don't like the Eagles, but I mean,
he's hot.
I got Kenny.
Natalie, I love you. I'm very excited about this opportunity. We're going to get your cell because a lot goes on at Pitt, and I'm going to text you during the week sometime when stuff's going on there. All right?
Yeah, awesome.
And I'll get you my number in case you got some scoop for me from your world. Okay?
Yeah, cool.
Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.
Very excited for you. We're right back. Wow, she's good. Patrick, she was really good.
Very cool.
Very cool. Like, just cool. Like, chill and laid back and conversational. And a lot of kids that age are like, huh?
And what an opportunity they have, getting some real radio and media experience.
I love what we're doing. And I'm glad the boss pushed her our way. She's just going to be a star. Or is already. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we do have reports of an accident now in West Homestead. Watch out for emergency crews headed to the scene on West 7th Avenue near Howard Street. Let's talk construction for your weekend. It'll get in your way a little bit here, beginning tonight at 7 through Monday at 6 a.m. Concrete patching work means you'll have a single lane of traffic on northbound Interstate 79 in Robinson and Kennedy Townships. That'll happen between the I-376 Airport Pittsburgh exit number 59 and the Route 60 Crafton Moon Run exit. Also at 7 tonight through 6 on Monday, round-the-clock bridge deck repair will force you into a single lane of traffic on southbound I-79 just south of the Route 51 Neville Island off-ramp. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This is a commercial for California Psychics, America's most trusted psychic network. So, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. No, really, this is it. You won't see your soulmate's face in the clouds or your career path mapped out in your cappuccino foam. This really is it. We could add some dramatic sound effects if you'd like. So what you waiting for? Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Oops.
Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill.
La 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 la.
Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Football season, cooler weather, and the falling leaves are here. Get your gutters ready. Call Gutter Helmet this month to save 50% off installation and get a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with purchase. Protect your home year-round. Call 888-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmet.com.
The KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, is back. This week, Aliquippa is home to Mars. Presented by
Coons Quality Foods, the official supermarket of high school football on KDKA. M7 Sports, the official sports complex training facility and recruiting management of high school football. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the KDKA Game of the Week. Parmar Stores. If there's not a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Shape your future. AllegiantFCU.org.
High School Football lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey folks, Marty Griffin here. Check this out. I love Levin Furniture. I'm friends with Robert Levin. He's a great man, and it's a great company to work for. So, we're talking about jobs here. They have a team that cares. And check this out. They pay for your training. It's amazing to work there. They treat their people incredibly well. They pay incredibly well. So benefits, training, work atmosphere. Apply today at levinjobs.com. Folks, Marty, you know how I feel about MediConnect. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable entity and agency, and they're so interested in helping you. So, don't let a medical emergency become a financial emergency. They're teams at MediConnect. They see this happen far too often. Call them to meet in your home, online, or in their office to discuss Medicare plans and the right one for you. There are 70 different options. Medicare plans in this region. The best part, no fee for any of their services. 888-818-6334. MediConnect.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Imagine being able to change a child's story. I'm a volunteer at CASA of Westmoreland who is working to make that dream a reality. As a volunteer court-appointed special advocate, I advocate for abused and neglected children, ensuring their voices are heard in court. You can be that voice. Join CASA and make a lasting impact in a child's life. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org to volunteer or donate today. That's casaofwestmoreland.org. Be the change a child needs.
Hey, it's Marty. Football season, baby. You know what that means? It's going to get cold, and that means Universal Windows Direct. Lifetime warranty. Unbelievable technology. It will keep your house warm, I promise. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. There's no limit. Plus, 0% financing for 60 months. Fabulous. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003.
Excess weight is not about food. Yes, you heard me. It's about emotions like boredom, stress, anxiety, depression. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Today, foods are way overloaded with sugars and we become addicted. What I do is get to the core of the what's, when's, and how's of your eating. If you're willing to do a much different way that's guaranteed to make this your last weight loss program ever, call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
It's the Shorkey Kia Fall Kickoff. With 500 vehicles on the ground and inbound, your best Kia deal is ready and waiting. New 24 Kia Telluride, available with 3.99% financing. Or go green and save big, including the 2024 Kia EV9. Now up to $20,000 off MSRP. All this and more at PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, ShorkeyKia.com. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. May require financing through Kia Motors Finance. Includes all applicable factory rebates and dealer discounts. Based on December 2023 sales volume in Pennsylvania. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 9/30/24.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. People's Natural Gas customers will see a lower than anticipated rate increase after a settlement approved yesterday by the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission. The settlement calls for a $93 million aggregate annual rate increase rather than the $156 million the Pittsburgh-based utility had requested per year. PUC also approved the merger of its 2 rate districts, which means an average residential bill in what was the People's Gas Division will see a monthly tariff decrease of 1.2%, while People's Natural Gas Division residential customers will see a monthly increase of 11.9% due to a change in tariffs. People serves about 700,000 customers in western Pennsylvania. Also, the Carolinas have proven to be lucrative turf for banks nationwide, including 2 largest financial institutions based in Pittsburgh. Add to that field the nation's largest SBA lender and, coincidentally, number 7 in southwestern Pennsylvania by deposit market share. Huntington Bancshares is ramping up its presence in North Carolina and South Carolina with plans to add 55 retail branches and hire 350 across multiple business lines over the next 5 years. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
That's Dean Martin, Larry Consumer. All right. Best party of the year. We've talked to JP about this party. However, his amazing party that they have every year for Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org, the best charity I've ever worked with. And they have this insanely cool party every year. And we talked about that. There's a few tickets left. However, there is a new development in this insanely cool party. And I saw it in an email this morning. And I had to grab JP. JP!
What's happening, Marty?
Now you're connected to Taylor Swift. How the hell did this happen?
Well, I actually do have a connection to her, but I didn't call on that connection. This autographed guitar was donated by a husband and wife who have been really long-time great supporters of Pennies from Heaven. They couldn't make it to the event this year, which was a bummer, but they called and said, you know what, we want to make a donation anyway, so we figured they'd make a financial contribution, and they stopped by the garage that we call headquarters, where we were all assembled last night getting ready, and they delivered an autographed Taylor Swift guitar, which is really cool, but in preparation for discussing this with you, I actually took it out of the bag, and it's pink.
What?
It's the coolest guitar you've ever seen. Seriously.
How the hell did they get a Taylor Swift guitar that's autographed by her? How?
I really don't know. You don't look a gift horse in the mouth, so I didn't ask questions. But there's a certificate of authenticity, and it's genuine. Yeah.
and by the way, this has to have great value, I would imagine, JP.
Yeah, it's interesting because we do the live auction, but as you've read, if you can't attend, you can send us an email with the ghost bid, and we will appoint somebody who will bid in your absence. And I've already received several ghost bids on that item, so I think you're reading the tea leaves right on that one.
Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org. You have tickets available for the event, which is tomorrow night, do you not, though?
Well, listen, I know the event is sold out because I know there are people who are buying tickets that haven't bought yet.
Oh.
And there are there's less than 5 tickets left, so it's just a matter of who gets there first.
All right. but this Taylor Swift guitar, they can bid on it how? I apologize for I'm confused, but that's because I'm an idiot. Tell folks again how they can get in on this.
Yeah, so just go to, Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org, or to our Facebook page, and you'll see the items listed and the Taylor guitars now listed. And if you can't attend the event, you simply send us an email and tell us what your maximum bid is, and then we appoint a ghost bidder. You're not paying that amount, but that's the amount you'll go up to. And, if we're $500 under your amount, you get it for that price.
Oh.
So you just tell us. Yeah, you tell us what your maximum bid is, and then there's an actual bidder at the event in your presence.
And this charity has helped over 100,000 folks. They've raised millions of dollars. They're an amazing, amazing charity that provides help for folks who have loved ones in the hospital and can't afford to work. And JP and his wife, Joni, do this, and they're amazing people. And JP, I love you for it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Marty. Appreciate it.
Wow.
See you, bud.
A Heather. A Taylor Swift autographed pink guitar. That has to be worth thousands of dollars, I would assume. Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org. Pennies from Heaven, Pittsburgh.org. Look, my wife wants to jump in on the bidding. See? She's all jazzed up. We are not buying that guitar, dear. We're just not doing it.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. That's why Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank leverages the power of community to achieve lasting solutions to hunger in its root causes. Working with more than 1,000 partners in its 11-county, Three Rivers region, the food bank is here to ensure that everyone in every community has access to the food and resources they need to thrive, including 43 million pounds of food in just the last year. If you're in need of food assistance, would like to volunteer, advocate, or donate, visit PittsburghFoodBank.org. That's PittsburghFoodBank.org.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Lynn Hayes Freeland here with a tip on how you can get involved in the Pittsburgh Chinese Cultural Festival in collaboration with the Pittsburgh Chinese Cultural Association. It's a free festival on September 21st in Mellon Park Shadyside from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And while you're there, look for the AARP Pennsylvania Volunteers. They'll have a pop-up booth with details on where, when, and how you can vote on November 5th. So mark it down, September 21st, Mellon Park
Park Shadyside for the Pittsburgh Chinese Festival.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 76 and cloudy at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The city of Pittsburgh is poised to offer a settlement to the victims of the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse in January 2022. Deputy Mayor Jake Pollack has authorized City Council to pay the victims $500,000 to settle the lawsuits filed by a Pittsburgh Regional Transit driver and others for neglecting bridge maintenance. The city's liability in cases like this is limited to $500,000. Between the backyard brawl and an afternoon Pirates game, it's going to be hectic tomorrow on the north side. And as News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado reports, finding a place to park may be harder than some fans think.
Cecilia Cagney of Acrisure Stadium says Pitt, the Pirates, and Alco Parking worked together to come up with this plan.
All North Shore parking, which opens at 10 a.m., will all be pre-sold. So if you're planning to park on the North Shore, we strongly encourage you to purchase your parking sooner rather than later.
And they'll be practicing what's called forced parking, where you'll be directed to park at your facility once you arrive, which may be at a different space than the one you booked. And tailgaters need to leave once the game they're going to begins. And if you think you'll just park on the street, forget about that. It's not permitted on game day. There's always the option of parking elsewhere and taking mass transit to the stadiums. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
AAA is providing free steering wheel locks tomorrow for Kia and Hyundai owners. Now, they'll be distributed from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at AAA's East Liberty branch. Pittsburgh Police Chief Larry Scarrato.
You just need to have a vehicle that is in that category, Kia or Hyundai.
AAA says drivers will need to show a registration or insurance card. Now, there has been a rash of thefts involving Kias and Hyundais recently. The Shatter Elementary student accused of posting social media threats targeting several school districts in the Pittsburgh area is being charged with third-degree felony terroristic threats and third-degree misdemeanor harassment. Shatter Police Chief Sean Frank says the girl later admitted to posting a list of schools where shootings would happen. Those threats were not credible. When's it going to rain again? Well, not for a while, according to AccuWeather's Heather Zare.
We're looking at certainly this 5-day forecast as staying dry. We don't have any kind of rain in the forecast all the way through Tuesday.
On the Big K Morning Show, Heather said she's keeping an eye on a tropical system that might bring significant rain on Tuesday. An advisory committee will be part of the search for a new athletic director at the University of Pittsburgh after the dismissal of Heather Like. Chancellor Joan Gable says the committee is made up of 7 individuals who are outstanding members of the Pitt community, including former football greats Aaron Donald and Pat Bostic, along with men's basketball coach Jeff Capel. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 413 points at 41,510, and the Nasdaq up 130 points now, and the S&P is up 38. KDKA Sports, the high school football game of the week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has Mars at Aliquippa. Our coverage starts with the Swarthout Financial Kickoff Show at 6 p.m., and the Pirates are back in action after a day off playing the Royals tonight at PNC Park. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to call Calise Services for their $93 or free Clog Crusher Special. Call 412-831-6199. It's 76 and mostly cloudy now at Pittsburgh International. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Health. Navigating your Medicare health coverage can be confusing, but I'm here to make it simple. Go to mymedicarebook.com to get a free copy of the Ultimate Medicare Book, where I simplify the process and help you make informed decisions on the coverage you need. Not only can you get a copy of my book, but you can schedule a time to meet with me at no cost. The annual enrollment period is right around the corner. Schedule today. One more time, that's mymedicarebook.com.
Lynn just loves the summers in Pittsburgh, but she hates to paint, so she called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time, we had the roof done as well.
Formulated for our specific climate here in Indy and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty.
We truly believe in this product.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers. Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
I'm actually embarrassed to say that I did vote for Trump in 2016. I don't think the man can be trusted. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. He's a very dishonest person. I hate the way he disrespects women, the way he disrespects other people that have worked for him. I just don't see myself ever voting for Donald Trump. This is not my Republican Party any longer. I have to go with Kamala Harris.
Republican Accountability PAC, Inc., paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. ra-pac.org.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sun and occasional clouds this afternoon. We'll have a high of 84, then mainly clear tonight. Lows near 60 downtown, but in the 50s in the suburbs. Sunny and warm again for this weekend. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Super September savings at Coons Market.
USDA choice sirloin tip steaks or roast, $5.99 a pound. Sweet Halos 3-pound bag, $4.99 each. Isley's chipped ham, $3.49 a pound. Come see us at Coons.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Oh my God, this story. Oh my God. Only in Pittsburgh. Man. So this BNY Mellon building, which is going to be kind of empty in a couple years. And as a direct result, it's kind of sort of plummeting in value. And if you're out there thinking, why do I care? I know rich guys own this. Okay. It's going to plummet from $150 million in value to $59.6 million in value. Wow. 60.1% decrease. Largest handed out to the owners of some of the Gold Triangle's most prominent buildings over the past 2 years. That's bad. But by the way, this is a pattern. The EQT Plaza, which is a 32-story building, had a 60.5% reduction in value. It's wow. The biggest percentage marked down so far, this is great info in the Post-Gazette, by the way, was a smaller 2-story building at 419 Wood Street, where the assessment was slashed 87% from $2.1 million to $275,000. Why do you care? You should. One of the best at this development business and one of the smartest guys I know who also owns, I think, 17 or 18 buildings downtown, Aaron Stauber. Good morning, Aaron. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
How many buildings you own in downtown Pittsburgh?
In downtown, probably about 18 to 20.
Is this disastrous?
It's disastrous for the city of Pittsburgh because The part you left out is that because of that reduction, there's about $2 million less now a year in taxes that they're going to pay.
Yep.
And every one of these reduction in these valuations is causing further reduction to the tax base. And it's really very difficult to come back from that, because in order to usually revitalize a city, you need tax dollars. So when the tax dollars go away because it's going into deterioration, it's very hard to come.
Good at this. It sends the message that Pittsburgh downtown future is bleak. Is that fair?
No, that I don't think is a fair message.
Right.
The BNY Mellon Bank situation is a unique animal. It's a huge building right in the center of Grand Street in downtown, 1.7 million square feet.
Wow.
So it's the second largest building in the entire city.
Wow.
And one of the largest buildings in the country. Built in the 80s, beautiful building, but because of the the situation where office workers are not coming into the office as the way they used to, that building's going to be completely empty in less than 4 years.
Wow.
And honestly, I know they gave an evaluation at the assessor's office. I heard $59.6 million. I've looked at that property because we're looking at deals to see if we can buy buildings that are now, obsolete, and try to convert them into higher and better use, which right now would be, more housing, more residential apartments, which obviously the city really needs. We hear that discussed very often. But the issue with that particular building is, in my opinion, the valuation is actually zero or less than zero.
Whoa.
And yeah, really. I mean, I think the city got away with $59.6 million. So at least they're going to get, some money. I think they'll get about $1.5 million in taxes because of that.
Aaron, explain this to people. The reason why is it's not viable as an office space anymore. And you can't convert it to apartments, can you, sir?
Yeah, so it's not viable for office. There's no way you can backfill it as an office use. So that's gone.
Wow.
And so it's going to go empty. An empty building like that will cost the owners probably about $10 million a year just to keep it on their ownership.
What?
So, because it's taxes, it's insurance. You have to keep a minimal amount of electric on just to run your air conditioning and your heating. Otherwise, the building will completely, literally deteriorate. So, if you're a property owner, and by the way, there are cases like this happening right now in the city, in the country, and you can go online and see the examples. There's one that just happened with Hertz in Illinois.
Wow.
Same exact reasoning. Cost so much money to just keep the building empty. They imploded it. They blew it up.
Wow.
And to just scrape it, because it's much cheaper to hold the vacant land than it is to have a huge building.
Aaron, hold on.
And
I got to stop you there, because you're average idiot, and I'm one of those people. So I walk past that building, and I look at it. That's beautiful. You're telling me it has no value, sir? None.
No, it has a negative value.
It's amazing.
Would you want it? Yeah, because if that's going to cost this company, MetLife, who owns it, $10 million a year, somewhere around that, just to keep it empty. Now, it's also, by the way, going to be a terrible liability for the city, because empty buildings attract nuisance. And in other cities where you have empty buildings like that, they start, all of a sudden, all the graffiti artists learn about it. Nobody's taking care of it.
It's amazing.
And before you know it, that thing could be covered from head to toe with graffiti.
It's amazing.
So it's a liability. And like in Manhattan, there's another very similar building, and I was just speaking to actually one of the investors in it, and they made this calculation just now that they're going to knock down like a 900,000 square foot building in Midtown Manhattan, because the value of the land is cheaper for them to knock it down to not have to pay the annual operating cost.
What's it cost to tear a building like that down?
But wait, I didn't get to the worst part of BNY Mellon. So I actually looked at it, because I was like, all right, I can't convert it for residential. So let's say I wanted to knock it down and build on it, because the land is in a great location, right?
Really?
It's Main and Main in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But here's the problem. Ready? You can't blow it up. You know why?
No.
Because it's sitting on top of the subway, the T station in downtown.
Oh.
So now, so if I'm asking you, okay, and you're not a real estate guy, you can't blow it up. You can't really take a wrecking ball. You can't do anything that's going to cause the underground to be impaired. So how do you demolish that building?
Man, can you hang, man? I gotta have you. This is wild. Can you hang?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I got it. Whoa, this is getting
all
worse.
The news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is a serious heart condition. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. My HCM impacted how I felt and what I could do. So I asked my cardiologist about treatment advances that gave me new options. That conversation was big for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol-Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
With more than 15,000 cardiac procedures performed in the last 5 years, UPMC is a leader in the field of cardiac care.
We've been first to use advanced technologies for heart valve disease, for aortic disease, for coronary disease. The work that the heart team here at UPMC does is truly life-changing. We want to be the pioneers and continue to innovate in the world of heart disease.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
We're kicking off huge savings at Spitzer Acura. Whether you're looking for a new Integra or RDX, our friendly consultants will help you find your perfect new Acura that fits your needs and budget in a pressure-free environment. And as always, every new Spitzer Acura comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty at no additional cost. Plus, you'll get a complimentary loaner vehicle whenever you're in need of service. Don't miss out. Score big on new Acuras at Spitzer Acura.
Whack more. Spend less at Spitzer Acura McMurray.
Our world revolves around you.
See dealer for details.
Download the Parmar Rewards app today for some big gas and grocery savings. Dan Zangrili here to tell you that loyalty has its rewards at Parmar stores. Remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
So, literally, we needed 2 new refrigerators. 2 at one time. They both blew out. Guess what? My man Matt and his boys at Voss TV and Appliance delivered them the next day. Insane pricing. Insane service. I'm telling you, man, it's the best family-owned businesses, all major appliances, all great prices, all great service. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans from connectingvets.com. Veteran Naval Intelligence Officer Jack Daly recalls the time he documented Russian espionage and aggression. Frightening because it occurred only a few miles off the coast of the state of Washington.
And he pulled out a piece of paper from behind his back and he laid it down on my desk and he said, "You caught a laser shot in this picture." I said, "Do you understand what you're saying to me? A Canadian helicopter with a U.S. intelligence officer on board overflying a suspected Russian spy ship was just fired upon. That equates to an act of war." And he said, "Yep, sure does."
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, this building downtown, BNY Mellon, it's a gorgeous building. It's right beside the courthouse, if anybody's trying to place it in their mind. We used to go there all the time, Kevin Joyce's restaurant. What was it called? I really hate to say this now. My mind just went blank. My gosh. Huh? Hold on. Search it for me, Patrick. Now I'm losing my mind. Kevin Joyce Restaurant. So anyway, the building's going to be virtually empty and... Aaron Stauber with us from Rugby Realty. How long before there's no one in there, Aaron?
Well, it's going to be emptier before that, but it'll be empty by 2028. That's so amazing. Roughly 3.5 years.
So he just dropped the bomb on us. And by the way, this guy knows. He's one of the best in the country. He's a fabulous guy. He's actually really cool, too. And insanely successful. Owns 18 buildings in Pittsburgh and loves this town. And is deeply committed. We'll ask him about the Gulf Tower before he goes. But he dropped the bomb on us and said, really, the truth is it's worth nothing. And then he says that you can't implode it because the subway's under it, in essence. That's not in essence. That's just a fact. So the mayor says to us yesterday, and he does, Aaron, he says, "I want the owners of the building to donate to the city, and I'll tear it down, and I'll develop it." Is that plausible, sir?
That would actually be disastrous for the city.
Oh.
Yeah, because as I just explained, first of all, if you take the building and you don't knock it down, you're carrying a building for millions of dollars a year vacant.
Wow.
So you're literally taking on somebody else's extremely major headache, and they would love to give it to the city for free.
Sure they would.
So, but the other thing is, ask if the mayor's plan is to do that, and he says to you, "Well, I'm going to take it down." Ask him how much it's going to cost to take it down, because I'm still trying to figure that out. Because of my interest, I have an idea of what I could do with it, but the first problem is, how do you take it down? So I spoke to now some of the largest construction companies, and they said the only way to take it down is the same way you put it up. You have to put up a major crane, and floor by floor, you have to deconstruct it.
Oh, my.
So you're talking about, literally, if it took 2 years to build it, it could take 2 years to take it down.
Wow.
Think of the cost of doing that.
Well, what
you
is
have
the
to
cost?
Cut every piece of steel, take off every single thing, lower it down with the crane.
Wow. Because if you implode it, it implodes the subway underneath it.
Yeah, I not only that, I think there's even a train that goes under there, but there's the subway, and that's look, I mean, again, I'm not
the first I heard this
in subways,
man,
but
wow,
yeah. So that's the question. I mean, does the city really want to take on that liability from MetLife?
I can't afford it, brother.
I don't think so. Well, I think it would be disastrous. But look, again, that's my opinion. Maybe the mayor has a better plan than I do. I haven't heard.
Come on, man. Come on, Aaron. I love you and all, and you love the mayor and you work with him, but
I do love the mayor. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, same.
And I think he loves the city more than I do, even. I mean, he's a Pittsburgher. I'm not from Pittsburgh. But, unfortunately, this is my business. I've been doing this for 35 years.
Oh, no, you're amazing.
And, he's a mayor. I'm a developer.
And so you think, it would cost millions and millions of dollars to tear this down piece by piece.
Yeah, exactly. So the last thing I would do if I was the mayor is take that property off of MetLife's hands. Wow. MetLife is a very big company. They'll figure out and they have the deep pockets, they'll figure out what they need to do with it. Because right now it's their problem.
It's unbelievable.
If they give it to the city, it becomes the city's problem.
It could be cut. I mean, with no exaggeration or hyperbole, brother, it could be one of those ghost buildings just sits there, right?
Again, I don't think so, because I don't think that's what MetLife would want.
Because of the cost.
Well, and also, it's not very good for their image.
Wow. Man, so if someone says, I want to give you a building, you say, get away from me with that building. Wow.
Oh, the best deals I've done in my real estate in 35 years are the deals I did not do.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Aaron Stauber with Rugby Realty. Hey, man, before you go, on the positive note, one of the prettiest buildings in America you own is the Gulf Tower. What's the plan there, man? What's happening with that?
Yeah, so look, we discussed the plan.
Yep.
Our plan is, and we hope it all goes according to plan, is we're in the process of relocating all the existing tenants. So we're going to vacate the building, probably get that done by this coming summer.
Wow.
And then if everything is in place, we'll move forward and convert the building to residential and a luxury hotel. Beautiful project. But there are some things that still have to fall into place. We're waiting to see if we get a $10 million. We put in for an application with the governor because we have gaps in our financing.
Sure.
I mean, we put in, it's a $200 million project. We put up $50 million of our cash equity.
Nice.
And we can get financing for probably about 120, but there's a gap of that 30 million. So that's where we're trying to piece all that together.
I'm still trying to wrap my arms around what you just told us about the BNY building. That's insane. Wow.
Hey, why don't you ask me? You always ask me, like, what can we do to save downtown?
Wow.
How come you're not asking me that one?
Wow. Man, brother. All right, I got to hit the phones and find some info and get back to you on this. We got to find some hope here.
All right.
Man, you're amazing. I'm so glad I texted you yesterday, my man. This is amazing stuff. You're the best.
All right.
All right, brother.
Well, have a great day.
Aaron Stauber. He's one of the best developers in the world, and actually a really cool guy, and a wonderful family man, and true to his word, and does everything first class, and loves Pittsburgh. But what he just told us, I have never heard before, and it's nowhere in any reporting, that you can't just give that building away, and if you take it, it costs you about $12 million a year, right? Which is crazy. And you can't tear it down by imploding it because you implode the subway underneath. Wow. Happy Friday. I'm going to call the mayor's folks and ask them what the hell we're going to do here. Wow. So when I went to physical, and it's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally. It's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at Physical. Physical. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
There's so much going on in the world.
Say the word and unlock the world.
I love listening on Alexa. It's on every smart speaker I have. Some rooms have more than one because my husband's obsessed with technology.
Tell your smart speaker to play News Radio, KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020.
It's 79 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. Lots of folks headed to the North Shore on Saturday, and Pittsburgh Public Safety says they're prepared. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak has more.
With both the Buccos and the Backyard Brawl taking place on Saturday, you may be wondering if it's safe to go anywhere near the North Shore this weekend. According to Public Safety Officer Kara Cruz, law enforcement and emergency officials have been preparing all week for the big crowds.
You know, we have gathered with Ikershire Stadium staff, we gathered with the FBI, police, fire, and EMS for the city, and emergency management and homeland security, and Office of Emergency Management for the city. And we all, discussed, how each body would react to things like this.
Cruz wouldn't give a specific number of officers that will be on patrol throughout the big game, but she did say that police, fire, and EMS will be fully staffed in and around the stadium. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
A man leading a Washington, D.C. nonprofit is backing the proposed acquisition of U.S. Steel by a Japanese company. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
Reports indicate President Joe Biden will announce soon he's blocking the sale on national security grounds. But Ryan Ellis, president of the Center for a Free Economy, says he's looked at the $15 billion offer by Nippon Steel.
Was going to modernize this company, was going to put all sorts of foreign direct investment into this company, put a lot of money here, a lot of new jobs here. Didn't see any downside.
The United Steelworkers is opposed to the sale. The union says it wasn't given prior notice, a violation of its collective bargaining agreement, and is concerned Nippon Steel will eventually move production from the Mon Valley Works to non-union mills in other states. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, stocks trending higher today. The Dow up 274 points at this hour. The Nasdaq higher by 93, and the S&P 500 is up 26 points. KDKA Radio News Time 12:31. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hi, I'm Colleen Coyne from Aetna Medicare. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862, TTY 711 to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Indulge your senses in world-class wine and pairing his sharing menu while enjoying a performance in City Winery's intimate venue. Upcoming shows include B5, Sierra Green and the Giants, Jared Lawson, Music Soul Child, Leaf Jennings, Brunch So Funny featuring talent, Nurses Night Out, Talib Kweli, and Akron's Real Deal Classic R&B Salute. City Winery Pittsburgh in the Strip District Terminal. Learn more at citywinery.com/Pittsburgh.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hello? Hey, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. Did you know we've got you fully covered?
I've taken up beekeeping. I'm always covered.
I'm talking the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage at up to half the cost.
Same honey? Half the work?
Exactly.
Sweet.
Just call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunny to partly cloudy and warm with a high of 84 this afternoon, then mainly clear tonight. Lows in the 50s in the suburbs, 60 downtown. Sunshine and warm this weekend. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Man. Well, that's all I need to know about that. That was sobering, Samantha. Oh. I'm an idiot, and that's obvious. But I read that piece in the. I'm kind of confounded by what he just told us. I read that piece in the paper, and I reached out to him last night, and he goes, "Make sure you ask me." I love him. He's a fantastic guy. Man. So what he's saying is one of the tallest buildings in the country. And Patrick, we've been in there 1,000 times for the Carlton. That's a beautiful building.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks actually new for downtown Pittsburgh.
Right. I'm surprised it's going to take as much to redevelop it. But as he's told us before, and we heard this from the mayor's office too, that you can't just turn it into residential because it's not set up where they can do that.
Which is weird. It shows how little I know about architecture, because we did ask that. You cannot make that building into an apartment building. As much as we think we know nothing. It costs $10 to $12 million a year just to keep it empty. That's astounding to me. And the mayor has said this to us a couple times on this air, that they would like this insurance company that owns it to donate it to them. But Aaron says they better do their due diligence. He's not being a jerk. He's just being honest and an insider. That would be horribly stupid to take. Because if the city kept it vacant, it would be $10 to $12 million a year for them to pay. Which, by the way, the insurance company would love to give that building away, is what he's saying. And if the city agrees to tear it down, they're going to find out that they can't implode it, which is the cheapest way. And so you have to put these massive cranes up, down, the same way you put it up. Brick by brick. Wow. By the way, this isn't my assault on downtown Pittsburgh. This is a dynamic happening in cities across America. St. Louis is seeing this. Detroit saw it. LA, all the major cities. Even San Francisco is seeing this. Where folks are saying, we're not going back to work ever. And see, they're saying, whoa, what the hell are we doing with this vacant property? And then this becomes this snowball effect, because then they come and reassess the property that was worth $100 million that now has no income to it. So now it's worth $40 million or $30 million or nothing. And you heard him. By the way, this guy's a guru. This ain't no amateur. He's one of the best developers in America. He's a billionaire guy. Okay. So you understand this. He's saying that property as it sits there today has zero value. In fact, he told us less than zero. Less than zero. Because no one will put anyone in there. And it's millions and millions of dollars to dismantle it because you can't implode it. So what cities like to say now is we'll just turn it into affordable housing. Or we'll just turn it into a hotel. Or we'll just turn it into apartments. If that's your plan out there, you can't do that in that building. It's not viable or feasible, nor possible. Wow. And so there are at least a dozen buildings like that downtown right now. He owns 18 of them. And there are buildings downtown that, because of what we're telling you, because no one wants to come back to work, and even now I think it's about 50% are back to work, and I would argue that that's where it's going to max out. How do you sell, rent, lease, do anything with those buildings? I don't know. You tell. That is amazing to me, that this conundrum we're in. And so when you want to say, this is the mayor's fault. Okay. No, they inherited a ticking bomb. Jesus. I don't know what to say about this. And what's fascinating about Pittsburgh in particular, drive through downtown any day of the week and it kind of feels somewhat vacant because of what he just stated. Folks that kind of left and never came back. Then head 1 mile over to the Strip. And it is humping, slamming, smoking, killing it. Why? It's easier to develop there. A lot of it was ground up stuff. A lot of it was vacant lot stuff, right? Sure. Patrick, what were you saying? What did your friend pay for a 2-bedroom in the Strip? And then a parking space. What was
his parking space was $50,000.
Just for the parking space?
For one parking space. Wow. And I think the 1-bedroom apartment was almost $700,000.
$700,000.
Yeah.
And none of that exists downtown. And the point is, we're not trying to be critical of downtown. We're just saying this is where we're at. We're at a place where they better try and figure this out. But figuring it out is going to be very, very difficult. And so, for those who like to say downtown sucks, okay. But what would you do? It's very complex, as Stauber just pointed out. And by the way, he also pointed out something wonderful. What he's talking about with the Gulf Tower. That's why I love guys like him. Go in there, get $200 million of outside money, and turn that into a beautiful there is no 5-star hotel in Pittsburgh. Henry Wehagen, sell to Trump. Henry, sell to Trump. Oh. No, Henry. So regarding the Gulf Tower, that will be empty pretty soon in the next year. And but all they need is this. It sounds like they're going to get this $10 million federal money, a bridge loan, a gap loan, whatever the hell you want to call it, a gap grant. And then they're going to connect all the dots and put a 5-star hotel, residential and commercial in that building, and office space. So there is hope, and there is a future for downtown, but it isn't going to happen overnight, and it certainly isn't going to happen in the next 6 months. I would imagine a lot of what we're talking about will become part of the discussion of what happens to downtown Pittsburgh and what role will the Gainey administration have in that, and how much buy-in will there be to that with Gainey, or do folks want another mayor? And that's some of the vibe you get, because in this town and in many other towns in America, people lose their patience fast. And I'm not pulling any punches here or BSing anybody. People love to hate the mayor of a city. I've seen it my entire career. People don't like people in authority, and they like to blame them for everything. So we blame Gainey for the empty buildings downtown. We blame Gainey for any crime downtown. We blame Gainey for potholes downtown. We blame Gainey for anything that happens downtown. But the truth of the matter is, it's a very, very complex situation. And as we just pointed out with this BNY Mellon building, it's very difficult to swim your way out of this madness. By the way, I absolutely love the Strip District. We're there all the time. All the time. There's some really cool restaurants down there. I have friends that live down there. I have a niece that lives down there and loves it. Jeff Cohen's son, AJ, lives down there and loves it. It's got a vibe. And so my point is, if you want to feel good about Pittsburgh, drive through the Strip, man. It's happening. It really is. There's a buzz to it all the time. Saturdays is just cool. And there's some really cool new restaurants down there and workout places. And the truth is, though, it's very, very expensive to live there. And I like that. You know why? That tells me that there's a demand. That tells me that everybody hasn't given up on all of downtown Pittsburgh. That there's hope. And that the same thing could happen in the Strip, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time downtown. Go ahead, Dave.
want to talk about the buildings down there.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they just put that new building up there where Mellon Arena was, and they can't fill the buildings they already have. Why are they putting up these new big buildings?
Because they like new. People like new, and it's out of the central business district. By the way, Dave, it's actually a relevant question. It really is. And at the time, they had special financing. And at the time, it was a lot cheaper to build. It's a relevant question, and it's smart thinking. And the truth is, my man, a lot of law firms and new businesses like the newness of a new building. It's just the truth. And a lot of the stuff they're in downtown right now is spent, beat up, and old. But your point is very smart, and your observation is spot on, my man.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Hey, guys, it's Marty. I've been friends with Robert Pierce and Associates, for nearly 20 years. We have established a relationship about law, about protecting folks, about fighting for people for a long, long time. Last week, I'm talking to Rob at Robert Pierce and Associates about these diet drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy. Look, now folks are having serious side effects from these drugs. Throwing up, nausea, horrible, horrible side effects. And Rob Pierce and Associates, they've been at this 40 years. They're ready to take on these lawsuits. They're ready to fight for you. They have the experts. They have the free consultation ready to go. They have the experience in these cases. And look, I've seen it. They work, and they work hard. 412-281-7229. Robert Pierce and Associates.
Do you have shoeboxes full of photos? Today only, radio listeners get VIP access to the new Photo Legacy Box. Get your family's photos professionally scanned for as low as 7 cents, which is 76% less than what other brands charge. As the world's largest digitizer, you know you can trust Legacy Box to digitize your entire collection of 4x6 photos. Everything from the embarrassing haircut you had in the 90s to photos of your great-grandma's wedding. Visit legacybox.com/value to get 200 photos scanned starting at just $19.95. Oh, and don't forget, Legacy Box also digitizes over 15 other types of analog media. So you can get your favorite memories on VHS or Grandpa's film reels from the 40s digitized too. Take advantage of this exclusive offer on the new Photo Legacy Box today and preserve your past for as low as 7 cents. Go to legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com/value.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com.
This is Larry Richard. Once again, we'll honor 5 individuals doing extraordinary things in the Pittsburgh community during our Hometown Heroes event on October 8th. Our Lifetime Achievement honoree is former Pirates manager, Hall of Famer Jim Leland.
Hometown Heroes is brought to you in part by Levin Furniture and Mattress, PNC, Centimark, Lamont Restaurant, Schneider Downs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, CASA of Westmoreland County, West Penn AAA, and by News Radio 1020 KDKA.
It's the Shorkey Kia Fall Kickoff. With 500 vehicles on the ground and inbound, your best Kia deal is ready and waiting. New 2024 Kia Seltos, Sportage, and Sorrento. Your choice, now available with low 2.99% financing. All this and more at PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, ShorkeyKia.com. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. May require financing through Kia Motors Finance based on 2023 December sales volume in Pennsylvania. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 9/30/24.
When it comes to financial planning, most firms focus on your income and balance sheet. At Swart Out Financial, we focus on where you are today and where you want to go. We run a concierge-level financial planning firm where we work with focused and intentional individuals who want the best financial plans for themselves and their family. We look forward to developing an unparalleled financial planning experience for you and your family. Contact Swart Out Financial or visit swartoutfinancial.com today to learn more. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, we love to exceed our customers' expectations. It's what we've been doing for over 50 years.
Our kitchens are a combination of quality materials and master craftsmanship. And through each step of custom creation to expert installation, it's all about taking care of the details.
With a focus on the details, we make sure that the design meets your needs and that the materials and construction ensure that your kitchen will stand the test of time.
All while managing the scheduling so that your life has as little disruption as possible and your kitchen is completed without surprises.
Exceeding expectations. We'll deliver more kitchen than you expected for less money than you expect to pay.
Visit our showroom or call us at 412-279-2222.
That's 412-279-2222.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Folks, Marty, you know how I feel about MediConnect. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable entity and agency, and they're so interested in helping you. So, don't let a medical emergency become a financial emergency. They're teams at MediConnect. They see this happen far too often. Call them to meet in your home, online, or in their office to discuss Medicare plans and the right one for you. There are 70 different options. Medicare plans in this region. The best part, no fee for any of their services. 888-818-6334. MediConnect.
Are you looking to make a difference in your community? CASA of Westmoreland is looking for dedicated volunteers to advocate for children in foster care. Our court-appointed special advocates give a voice to abused, neglected kids, giving them a brighter future. Join us on our mission to help children all over Westmoreland County. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org to find out how you can help. That's casaofwestmoreland.org. Become a hero for a child in need.
Stuck at the office for yet another day of back-to-back trainings? Don't worry, you can still have your favorite Salem's for lunch or dinner with Uber Eats delivery. Order their delicious lamb chops, samosas, salads, burgers, or Mediterranean dishes. Find them on Uber Eats and order delivery in time for your next meeting. Then turn that camera off, mute your mic, and enjoy. Salem's Market is your passport to global cuisine.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. The owners of the Los Angeles Chargers, the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, and the Philadelphia Eagles all in talks with private equity firms about selling stakes in their teams. NFL owners voted last month to allow private equity firms to own small pieces of franchises to attract billions in fresh capital and boost team values. Consumer sentiment rising slightly this month, hitting a 4-month high on expectations that inflation is heading lower. But stocks are really rising today on hopes for a jumbo-sized 0.5% rate cut from the Fed when it meets next week. That's why right now the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P all up about 0.5% each. Flight attendants at American Airlines approving a new contract that'll hike wages as much as 20% right away and increase pay and benefits by more than $4 billion over the next 5 years. And Pink Floyd, now in advanced talks to sell the rights to their vast music catalog to Sony Music for $500 million. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Got a bunch of stuff for the next hour that you got to hear. The Trump songs, the Trump claims that now they're eating geese. And then we're going to go to the polls. We haven't done this since the debate. There are new polls out. You guys have always been accurate. We're going to play some of this Trump stuff, and then we're going to open the polls. If the election were today, who are you going to vote for? Don't call now. Don't do it. But we're going to do this in the next hour. I'm very curious about this. I've been looking forward to this all week. I'll tell you what's troublesome about people, the envy and the hatred people have about the success of others. Using the Taylor Swift example. So John Perry has one of the best charities in America. Didn't he say they've helped 100,000 families? Yes, over that. And what they do is, so let's say, using as an example, a mother, her daughter was in children's hospital for 6 months. And John Perry goes in, and this charity, Pennies from Heaven, pays their mortgage. And he's done this for car payments, food payments, and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friend of his charity, Penny, calls him and says, I got this authentic signed Taylor Swift guitar. And I'm going to give it to your charity, and you can raise money with it. It'll raise thousands of dollars. And so I posted on X and on Facebook. And the creepy crawlers, he helped 750,000 families. The creepy crawlers, the roaches, the cockroaches, the scumbags, the gutter snipes, come crawling out and start ripping. I'll use it to beat someone over the head with it. She's a bum. Can't stand that woman. Who would pay for that crap? I'll use it to poop in. Stuff like that. What's wrong with you people, man? No, really, what's wrong with you people? Where the hell does that come from? Just move on with your loser life. And you should see the stuff that people posted when it was announced that Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris and then asked young people to go and register to vote. They went off on her. What's wrong with you people? Honestly, man, you need Jesus or therapy or something. If you don't want to bid on the guitar, I don't care. But I will block your ass, which is what I'm doing right now, if you make obnoxious comments about the guitar donated to a charity to help parents of sick children. What the hell is wrong with you? Honestly, what the hell is wrong with you? Fortune, we put a two roofs, a $40,000 roof on a house on the north side. Then these amazing guys with CNS Construction, they put a roof on a house of a woman. Where was that, Patrick? Where was she? She's really cool.
Southside Slopes.
Southside Slopes. And they're so cool. Fortunately, my man Steve Mazza is going to help install a bathroom for a family. Fortunately, we do these things time and time again. We went to a veteran's house who was suicidal. We gave him money. We hooked him up with counseling and paid his rent. Fortunately, we see those sorts of things from magnificent people, not you jagoffs who hate Taylor Swift because she donated a guitar to help families of sick children. Think about your mentality. Think about that's how you're thinking. And it doesn't add up to me. If you don't want to donate, if you don't want to bid on the guitar, don't do it. Just move on with your loathsome existence. But if you go out of your way to criticize something and someone wonderful, I will block you, and you can take your BS and hate somewhere else. And I always say this. I hope you don't have kids, because I hope your children aren't seeing that as the way to operate in life. Meantime, the guitar is on X and Facebook, and if you're bidding on it, you're going to help a lot of kids and families, and that's a pretty damn good thing.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Paid for by government.
Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-520-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value free with every order. Call 1-800-520-6468 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 77 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1 o'clock, I'm David Ballarado. Public safety will be on the minds of many people with the backyard brawl taking place tomorrow. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak has details.
If you're nervous about heading downtown or the North Shore this weekend, Pittsburgh city officials say there's no need to be. Public safety officer Kara Cruz says law enforcement and emergency officials are taking the necessary steps to ensure the public safety.
There's a lot of planning with the Acrisure Stadium and other event organizers with the police long in advance. So they do threat assessments, and they are always in contact with the Pittsburgh Police Intelligence Unit as well for any, emerging threats.
She confirms there are currently no credible threats at this time and advises everyone to stay hydrated and celebrate responsibly. Pat Septak, News Radio KDKA.
The city of Pittsburgh has reportedly reached a settlement with the victims of the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse in January 2022. Deputy Mayor Jake Pollock has authorized City Council to pay the victims $500,000 to settle the lawsuits filed by Pittsburgh Regional Transit bus driver Daryl Luciani and others. The lawsuit cited a lack of upkeep on the bridge. AAA is working with a number of agencies to provide free steering wheel locks for Kia and Hyundai owners tomorrow. They'll be distributed from 10 to 1 p.m. at AAA's East Liberty branch. No pre-registration is required. Pittsburgh Police Chief Larry Scarrato.
You just need to have a vehicle that is in that category, Kia or Hyundai.
AAA says you will need to show your registration or insurance card. There's been a rash of car thefts in the region targeting Kias and Hyundais. Vice President Kamala Harris is making 2 campaign stops in Pennsylvania today. First, the Democratic nominee will stop at the airport in Johnstown this afternoon for an invitation-only event that's not to be open to the public. Last month, GOP nominee Donald Trump held a rally in Johnstown where 6,000 people turned out. After her stop in Cambria County, Harris then heads to Wilkes-Barre, where she's scheduled to speak at Wilkes University tonight. Former President Trump now says if elected to a second term, he would abolish taxes on overtime pay. This plan after previously saying a tip would be tax-free. CBS News political director Finn Gomez says a key voting bloc in battleground states would benefit from these tax relief proposals.
It's directed at one part of the electorate, and that's blue-collar workers. That key voting bloc is crucial in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin.
His proposals, though, to abolish tax on tips and overtime would require congressional approval. On Wall Street, stocks are higher today. The Dow up 311, the Nasdaq up 125, and the S&P 500 up 33 points. KDKA Sports, tonight's KDKA Radio High School Football Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, has Mars at Aliquippa. Dan Sangrilli had a preview on the Big K Morning Show.
It's a rematch of the semifinals in the 4A classification from last year. Mars is coming off a really tough loss, a game that they should have won against North Hills, so North Hills gets a big upset against them. And Aliquippa is going to really need to show up, obviously. Quips are as good as anybody in the WPIL, and if you were to power rank all of the teams and all of the classifications, they're probably right there at the top of the list.
Our coverage starts with the Sword Out Financial Kickoff Show at 6 p.m., and the Pirates are back in action after a day off playing the Royals at PNC Park. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, making life better, one roof at a time. TrustPJ.com. KDK Radio News Time 103. Learn how your Medicare plan may change for next year. Avoid the confusion and contact Dina Schmidt at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. It's sunny and 70 in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight. And you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
We're kicking off huge savings at Spitzer Acura. Whether you're looking for a new Integra or RDX, our friendly consultants will help you find your perfect new Acura that fits your needs and budget in a pressure-free environment. And as always, every new Spitzer Acura comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty at no additional cost. Plus, you'll get a complimentary loaner vehicle whenever you're in need of service. Don't miss out. Score big on new Acuras at Spitzer Acura.
Whack more. Spend less at Spitzer Acura McMurray.
Our world revolves around you.
See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Frank Walker, Frank Walker Law. Listen, if you have been arrested or injured in an accident, you may think you know what to do. You're going to talk to your friends, you're going to talk to your family. They're going to give you some bad advice. Here's my advice. Give us a call, 412-532-6805. Visit us online at frankwalkerlaw.com. Don't make the mistake of thinking you could do it by yourself. 412-532-6805 or visit us online at frankwalkerlaw.com.
You better call. You better call Frank Walker.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will bring sun and occasional clouds with a warm high of 84. Tonight, mainly clear with lows in the 50s in the suburbs, 60 downtown, sunny and warm this weekend. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Let's do this. We have not done this in a while, and I'm very curious post-debate where you folks stand. But by the way, I'm legit working on interviews with Trump and Kamala Harris. Out there thinking, why the hell would they come on in Pittsburgh? Here's the truth of the matter. Think of the math in your mind. You would think, well, why wouldn't they go on in New York? Because New York's a done deal. It's Democrat. Why wouldn't they go on in Los Angeles? Because California's a done deal. It's just the truth. In other words, why wouldn't they pick the big cities? Why do we matter? Because Pittsburgh in Western PA is right in the heart of what happens in this presidential election. That's why they've spent close to $150 million already in the TV market, which is sick money. It's just a fact. So, the truth is there are people reaching out to see if we have interest in talking to Donald, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, and Ms. Harris, the Vice President. I'll let you know. We're definitely going to have Mark Cuban on, and we know where he stands. Let's do this. We're going to start with the latest Trump nonsense regarding Springfield, Ohio. So what was it? First he went after dogs and cats and teddy bears, ducks. Now he's going after geese. Trump said this yesterday. Do you mind playing this, Samantha? This is Trump's new Chamber of Commerce video for Springfield, Ohio, which, by the way, all this is a lie.
They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets.
Play it again, please, because it's hard to believe he's saying it. This is a grown man.
They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets.
Are they, Donald? That's a lie, by the way. Please don't send me that damn video of the woman who's not from that town, who's not Haitian, who was arrested 200 miles away. Please don't send me that video again. I'm sick of seeing that crap. Please, this is the guy you want to be president. Good for you. That's fine. Good for you. So Samantha, play the songs. We got a couple songs. This is some of what's happened as a result of Donald lying about the pets being eaten by Haitians in Springfield, Ohio.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the
Like that
cats.
song.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're
There's
eating
another
the
one.
pets.
Oh, wow. Sam, there's 3 of them apparently. Patrick put the whole album together.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
There's another one.
They're eating all the dogs.
They're eating the dogs.
They're eating all the cats.
They're eating the cats.
Trump said this on the debate stage. Has he been smoking crack? There's something I must get off my chest. The immigrants are eating our pets. When I said eat my pussy, that isn't what I meant.
They're eating the cats.
If Trump said it, you know that it's true. They'll eat your parrots and your hamsters too. And when all the pets are
It's your boy.
gone, they'll eat the elephants at the zoo.
Oh,
They're eating all the
that's enough.
dogs. They're eating
That's enough.
all the cats.
Madam DJ, stop it, please. So those are the songs. And then that's his first lie. Here's the second lie. He has been perpetuating this. He sent this all over the internet. He got all his people. My boy Tony, who I love, is facilitating this lie along with everyone else. This went viral, he told me. Bombshell report. I'm reading this verbatim, not verbatim. ABC whistleblower to reveal Harris campaign was given sample questions that were essentially the same questions that were given during the debate. Reports also indicate they were provided separate assurances. Trump would be fact-checked and Harris would not. No, Trump was fact-checked. He lied 33 times. She lied once. So this is where we're at in America today. This guy you want to be president, he's funny. He's an entertainer. He's very, very funny. And what he does is, it actually in the morning, when we all get together, we say, can you believe he... But does that make him a president? No. However, what the hell do I know? So here's what we're doing. The polls are dead even, by the way. They're so dead even that the polls show them in all the big marketplaces, all the swing states, like one point apart. Seriously. It's astounding how close this race is. So in order to determine what's going on in your heads, I don't judge. I love your phone calls. I love those Trump songs. I think it's sad what the hell he's doing to that poor town of Springfield, Ohio, and how he's characterizing Haitian folks like that. I was in Miami. No, my parents were, and I used to visit them all the time. And then in Tampa, where I used to visit them all the time, where they had big Haitian population, and those folks worked their butts off, man. And worked and committed to family, and now they're characterized by Americans as what? Dog and cat eaters, and thieves, and vagrants. So, after the break, before we get back, after the break, 866-391-1020. After the break, load up the phones. Let's do this. 866-391-1020. You heard the songs. You saw the debate. If the election's today, who do you vote for? Trump or Harris? I'm going to make two columns. Trump or Harris? I'm going to make two columns. Okay? Meantime, searching for heating or cooling specialists, call Galeese Services, 412-831-6199, Galeese.com.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
According to independent studies, AccuWeather has been proven to be the most accurate source of weather forecasts and warnings. In the longest continuous forecast accuracy study comparing AccuWeather to National Weather Service temperature forecasts for Washington, D.C., AccuWeather forecasts have been more accurate in greater than 99% of the months since the study was initiated in January 1998. If you want to be correct most often, AccuWeather is your only solution. Go to AccuWeather.com or download the AccuWeather app in the App Store or Google Play today.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE.
Top 40 hits. Saturday, October 19th, the Event Center at Rivers Casino. Buy your tickets now at riverscasino.com. Rick Springfield, live in concert.
Tune in to KDKA Radio every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for On the Money with Secure Money Advisors. Brian Caranta has tips that will make sure your retirement and income plan is ready to help provide you with a comfortable, secure retirement.
So, literally, we needed 2 new refrigerators, 2 at one time. They both blew out. Guess what? My man Matt and his boys at Voss TV and Appliance delivered them the next day. Insane pricing. Insane service. I'm telling you, man, it's the best family-owned businesses, all major appliances, all great prices, all great service. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors, Saturdays at 1. Beth talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen every Saturday afternoon at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Firm offers insurance services. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
Super September savings at Coons Market.
USDA choice sirloin tip steaks or roast, $5.99 a pound. Sweet Halos 3-pound bag, $4.99 each. Isley's chipped ham, $3.49 a pound. Come see us at Coons.
Celebrate the month of September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well. Online, ZeroResPGH.com. Take advantage of these huge savings. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same. Zero Res.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else.
It's got a groove.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog.
Oh.
Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
Yes. All right.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets
Some of them we can't play. They're so damn vulgar, but they're kind of funny, too. All right, so let's do this. I'm curious about this because this is post-debate, and the most recent polls have them pretty much dead heated in all the swing states, which is, I kind of understand that, by the way. I get it completely. I understand why people love Trump. I'm not stupid. Well, I kind of am, but I do understand why you love him. I understand the attraction. It's just not my attraction. Is that cool? Kevin, did I hang up on you or not? I did. Hi, Kevin. Thanks, man. Go ahead.
Hi, Marty. 41 years in oil and gas, got about my livelihood. Trump.
That's actually a good point. I cannot argue with you. He's right. And although she says she's going to support fracking, how much would you trust that?
Nope, you can't.
You can't. That's actually a great phone call from a smart guy. I mean, she changed her mind. And how wouldn't you think she might change it back? I get it. Very smart call. I love the smart calls. Jay, go ahead. Thanks for holding, man.
Hey, after Afghanistan, Trump.
Trump. Cool. I get it. I understand that, too. See, I like these calls. Actually, they're rational people. You know, I've said this about Trump. If all he would do is just stick to the basics, like can you afford a house? No. Can you afford a car? No. Can you pay all your bills? No. Do you have the best job you want? No. Do you pay too many taxes? Yes. Then don't vote for her. Done. Instead, he has to make these idiotic comments about eating pigeons and all that stupid crap. That'll be his downfall if he loses. We'll be able to say that's why it happened. Not Taylor Swift. Mike, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Trump all the way. Harris says all these wonderful things. Marty, she's had 3.5 years to do all these things she wants to do.
True. He should have stayed on that the other night in the debate, because he's right. That's what I would have done. That's what I would do to her. I would say, what have you done in 3.5 years? And how would that change? Very smart. Very smart. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. Doug, go ahead, man. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, it was going to be neither, but because of self-preservation with his tariffs, I'm an importer. I'm voting for Harris.
See,
if he had a brain in his head, he'd say 2% over 10 years and give businesses like mine a chance to shift here. But he's trying to solve a problem that's 50 years old with one fell of an executive order. That'll be a disaster if he puts that kind of tariffs on.
Because you're right. But what is fascinating, and he is right, all the tariffs he put in place on steel and other products, they did not remove. They've been raking in the dough. They hate him that much that they keep them in place for 3.5 years. You know that, right?
Yes, but I'm talking about consumer goods. I'm not arguing the...
Well, steel's a consumer good, sir. They use it in cars and buildings. But you're right. Most economists, most analysts say my man is spot on, that his tariffs will just increase prices and cost consumers more. By the way, these phone calls are beautiful. You're smarter than I am. Duh. Play that song again, the second one, please. I love these songs. The dance one. Play the dance one, Samantha.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Yeah. Don't knock it till you tried it. Oh, just saying. Marianne, go ahead.
Harris all the way. I don't want a felon in the office.
You know what, ma'am?
I don't want a felon in the office.
A felon.
Trump.
Yeah, I get it. By the way, there is no debate. By the way, I love the calls, and I love what everyone's saying. There is no debate about that debate the other night. She kicked his ass. Sorry. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. My man Joey, because of my profession in the towing industry, I have no choice to choose Trump. I get it completely, man. Completely get it. It's my belief that this is going to be neck and neck to the very end. I just see it. Veronica, go ahead.
I want Harris, and the reason is January 6th, for one.
I get it.
Secondly, I want a woman.
Yeah,
We've never had a woman president.
I get that, too.
You know, the men have been running things long enough. We need to have an intelligent woman in there. And everybody keeps saying about her being in there 3 years, and she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Okay, well, she wasn't the president.
She wasn't.
And who tells their boss what to do?
Well, first of all, what you're saying is really accurate. Vice presidents are kind of like warts. They're just appendages that mean nothing. It's true.
Right. So, I mean, for a chance, and I think she did really well in that debate.
Oh, it was amazing.
And what I'd like to see more of is maybe these town halls where they have an audience of people and they sit up there and take questions from. That's what I think they ought to do. One here in Pittsburgh somewhere.
That'd actually be very smart. Wow. I love that idea. Just take random questions. Probably won't happen, though, is what we're kind of hearing.
Well, he's already said no to any other debates, so they're definitely not doing a town hall together.
But you know how he is, Patrick. He could change his mind between now and 12:30. It's 12:25.
He's not going to risk that disaster again.
Boy, I think Patrick's right. Someday I'll learn, probably the day I quit. Jeff, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Harris, Trump's a racist, and I have a cat and a dog.
What Trump does when he makes these ridiculous comments is you end up with these idiotic memes, and then they all associate him with that, and they think he's an idiot. You folks know this who like him. It's just stupid. I'm not saying he's stupid. He's a brilliant communicator, man. Once in a lifetime.
Religion in schools doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think he's the one to keep us safe, and then we can worry about all the other reasons we want a full believer.
I get it. I don't argue with any of these folks because I think you're all right. And everybody's been nice. They're not nasty. Very cool. Rick, go ahead, man.
Chinese balloons over Montana. Money for rioters, inflation, taxpayer benefits for illegals. Democrats focus on personality, not issues. I don't care what he says. I care what he...
To me, it makes him an idiot, and I don't want an idiot as a president. Yeah, it does matter, actually. That's the reflection of his character, and character matters to me, but I get where you're coming from, sir. I absolutely do. We're continuing this. I wanted to save this for the last hour, the last day of the week, and that's what we're doing.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-520-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value free with every order. Call 1-800-520-6468 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
Hey, folks, Marty Griffin here. Check this out. I love Levin Furniture. I'm friends with Robert Levin. He's a great man, and it's a great company to work for. So, we're talking about jobs here. They have a team that cares, and check this out. They pay for your training. It's amazing to work there. They treat their people incredibly well. They pay incredibly well. So, benefits, training, work atmosphere. Apply today at levinjobs.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 79 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 1:30, I'm David Ballarado. Pittsburgh police are investigating after several rounds of shots were fired at a home in Garfield overnight. They say around 1 this morning, they were called in to investigate ShotSpotter alerts totaling 14 rounds on the 200 block of North Graham Street. No one was hurt, but police say one residence was damaged. Some major roadway work could affect your travel plans this weekend. News Radio KDKA's Greg McAtee reports.
Beginning tonight at 9 through the weekend, PennDOT will restrict the Parkway
east to a single lane each direction between Business 22 and the bridge over Sunset Drive for concrete approach slab reconstruction work. Watch for heavy delays, especially tomorrow afternoon heading to or from the North Shore for the Pirates and Pitt, West Virginia matchups. Work is expected to wrap up by 5 a.m. Monday. I'm Greg McAtee, News Radio, KDKA.
2 purchasing managers in Westmoreland County have been fired after the discovery of payroll irregularities. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak has details.
Christopher Cardiff and Kristen Coyne are out as director and assistant director of Westmoreland County's purchasing department. County commissioners initially suspended the 2 last month after allegations surfaced that they approved additional pay for themselves and 4 other staffers without authorization. Records show that for Cardiff, the extra pay amounted to more than $5,300, and Coyne received more than $3,600 in additional pay. Now comes word that both Cardiff and Coyne have been fired from their positions. Authorities say the county's fiscal office will continue to oversee the purchasing department until new administrators are hired. Pat Septak, News Radio, KDKA.
Midday gains on Wall Street are accelerating. The Dow is up 375 points, the Nasdaq higher by 138, and the S&P 500 is up 38 points. KDKA Radio News Time 1:31. Our next update's at 2. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
You know my boy JK. He's the Oakmont Restaurant King. If you've seen him driving around Oakmont on a Vespa, here's why. He's going to open up a couple of weeks. The best Italian restaurant in this town. Stand by, folks. Michael A's. It will have the best food. I've seen it. It is beautiful. It'll have the best service. It'll have the best menu you've ever seen. Oakmont, Michael A's, coming soon.
Why does Pennsylvania need the U.S. Steel-Nippon merger? It protects thousands of union jobs. Nippon is committed to a nearly $3 billion upgrade of U.S. Steel's union-represented mills, including $1 billion to upgrade 86-year-old equipment in the Mon Valley. Nippon's cutting-edge technology to decarbonize the blast furnaces will make the Mon Valley's air cleaner, and it will help U.S. Steel reach its goal of being net zero emissions by 2050. All of this will increase U.S. Steel's competitiveness worldwide. And the merger also protects 1,000 headquarters jobs and keeps U.S. Steel in Pittsburgh, where it has been for nearly 125 years. Protecting jobs, modernizing steelmaking, and increasing competitiveness. Pennsylvania needs the U.S. Steel-Nippon merger so we can keep steel in the Steel City. Paid for by U.S. Steel.
Long live the king! Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 29th. It's entertainment, it's fantasy.
It's an adventure to the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts and crafts. Eat, drink and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghgrandfest.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sun and occasional clouds this afternoon. We'll have a high of 84, then mainly clear tonight. Lows near 60 downtown, but in the 50s in the suburbs. Sunny and warm again for this weekend. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us Monday in the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10. We'll recap the weekend, including a breakdown of the Steelers-Broncos, all coming up as we kick off a new week.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
This is as good as it gets. The thing is, I get all the folks that like Trump. I understand all of it, especially men. He's like the guy in the locker room. Oh, man, he's a billionaire, man. He says whatever he wants. I get that. And you think he's going to make you richer. Okay. This vote is actually fascinating. That's why the phones have blown up, and I'm guessing a lot of people are still trying to call in. It's astounding, the responses. I would call it a dead heat. A lot of Americans say, how the hell can you have a guy who's a convicted felon, who was impeached twice, who does all this crazy stuff, still be in a dead heat? Because in my world, and that's your world, things ain't that good. And people think they should be better. And I get that. When you can't afford a house, not even start to afford a car, you can't pay your bills, insurance is insane, food prices are insane, you blame everything on the current administration. It's just like I said today, everybody blames everything on the mayor. It's kind of the way it works. It's like people that come home from work every night and say, my boss sucks. It's just the current boss is Biden/Harris. I get it. And Trump's as good as it gets. All my boys that are rich and famous and smart businessmen would probably be helped out financially, quite frankly, by a Trump administration. So, there. Let's take these calls. Elizabeth, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hi, Marty. So, I don't like Trump's mouth.
Right.
A lot of times I just wish he'd bite his tongue, but as the mother of all sons and the mother of a law enforcement officer, I have to vote Trump.
Even though he said such obnoxious things about cops from time to time.
Yeah, because they're safer under him than they would be under her.
Well, I don't understand that.
Yeah, you don't understand that. Just watch.
Watch what? Give me an example. I have 500 friends that are cops. I'm not exaggerating. And I know them at every level, from the FBI all the way down to your local sheriff's deputy. How are they safer under Trump? I don't understand. Did she hang up? She did. Oh. I'm just asking to answer the question. And if you're a mother of cops, God bless you. Because that's a lot of sleepless nights. It's not the safest gig in the world. I love cops, as you probably know if you listen to this show. John, go ahead.
Hey, Marty, how you doing? Hope you've been good. Hey, for me, for my children's safety and for my family's financial security, plus I want these new forever wars we're in to go away fast. I'm forced, because you knew I was an RFK guy. Yep. I'm forced to go with Trump, buddy.
I get it. I get all that. Although there's no way he ends these wars in an hour like he suggests. He's full of crap. It's just not how it works, as you probably know, John. But I understand where you're coming from. I love all these calls, and I love all the adult answers, and no one's being a jerk, which is cool, too. I love that back and forth conversation. That's what I actually love about talk radio. Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah, Marty, instead of playing all about the eating the dogs, I wish you would get Kamala Harris's voting record in the Senate. That will scare the living hell out of everybody.
Doesn't scare
me. That tells you what she stands for, truly.
What did she stand
for? She's
for?
a left-wing socialist.
I see.
People have to realize that.
Yeah. Give me one thing she voted on that you don't like. Specific.
Oh, defunding the police.
She didn't
open borders.
She did not.
Hold on.
She did not defund. Stop. You can't. Sir, you can't yell over me. You can't yell over me. That doesn't work. She did not defund the police, and she did nothing on the borders. It's just, I mean, that's a lie. She did not defund the police. Others tried, and she discussed it, but she didn't do it. That's why when I ask people to vote specifics, tell me specifics, they start reading these stupid talking points from these obnoxious, lie-filled, stupid campaign ads that both sides run. The other night in the debate, Trump lied 33 times. She lied once, so you know. And then Trump people put out this text that says that Kamala Harris was given all the debate questions and that they didn't fact-check her, which is another lie. Oh, well. Don't call here with crap. If you want to say she did something, be specific with me. Honestly, the border thing has been a total cluster blank. Total. Frank, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Marty. I understand the concerns about security, safety. I agree with that woman. Those are very important. But how many police officers were injured or killed during January 6th? And for how long did Trump do nothing? And then he's talking about pardoning these people? If that woman thinks that we're safer with somebody like Trump, we're only safer if whatever's happening is good for him.
Right.
And one more thing about security and safety. NATO is our strongest military alliance partner in a very complex world. Trump at the debate pulled out that same old tired rhetoric of, as a leader of the free world, the United States of America, encouraged the public's rancor against the people that lay down their lives for us in multiple conflicts. This is not making us safe because it's a gift to our adversaries. And with people like Jared Kushner taking $2 billion from the people that are in the alliance with China and Russia, that does not make us safe.
All right, that's enough. I get it. I love all the speeches, but I'm guessing that he was a Harris person.
Go to the grocery store, and you'll know who I'm voting for, baby.
That's not a bad point, actually. I
300 to more every time you go.
Or find a young couple trying to buy a house, man.
Marty, pre-pandemic, I tried to buy a house, got scared. I was worried the market was going to fall.
Yeah.
45 years old, can't even afford a house right now.
It's true. It's absolutely true. And if you find something, man, it's like $450,000, and interest rates are so high you can't even do that. It's true.
Can't afford it.
You can't.
American dream's over. Got to get Trump in there.
No, I get it. That is the argument I would drive home if I was running Trump's campaign. I would put a mute button on him in all of his public appearances. And when he starts talking out of his you-know-what, I would mute him. And when he starts talking about the economy, I would turn it up. I would, man. I put bullet points up at the economy and everything he did. Everything. And he'll win. But if he keeps talking about dogs and cats and these idiotic things, suggesting that, what did he say, 6 states kill babies after they're born. He said that. It's just not true, man. He said that 20% of all the ballots in Pennsylvania right now are fraudulent. That's a lie. I just can't stomach that because he's lying about what you consider to be trivial stuff. Is he lying about the stuff you consider to be important? Like this idea that he's going to get overtime tax-free. Spare me. You know that'll cost $6 trillion, and you know Congress has to approve it, according to the Wall Street Journal. But what do they know? Barb, go ahead.
Oh, Marty, that woman just fired me up. So I'm going to take 20 seconds, 15 seconds. First of all, as you know, I come from a family of police officers, from commander in this city all the way down, family on the force now. Not one is voting for Donald Trump.
Right.
Why? Because of January 6th. The Capitol Police down there, you have many that are going on tour with Harris and Walz who will not vote for Trump.
But hold on, Barbara. I love you. You know, I always have.
I'm fired up.
Hold on. I know a bunch of cops who love Trump. Hold on. That's a lot. Most male cops love Trump. They just do.
I'll tell you what. The ones that I know, the female, African American, and quite a few others. Now, the ones you know like Trump, so be it, that's their vote. But I don't want to hear one more person talk about they back the blue and talk about, say, well, I'm going to be more safe if we put Trump in there. Number 2, I have a racist neighbors. Now he's a fruitcake. Maybe you could talk him down from a tree. Yeah. He says he's going to a Halloween party dressed as a Haitian, carrying a stuffed dog, stuffed cat, and a bottle of ketchup around his neck.
Oh.
I said, listen, that is so inappropriate. He said, I don't care. I win a prize. Thirdly, last but not least, I agree with you, Marty.
You said 20 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to get one more. If you cannot find one thing that you did not like about Kamala Harris, then start speaking, because every state in this union has a law against the incitement to riot, and that's what Trump did.
She kicked his ass in that debate. That's all I know. It wasn't even close. I mean, again, her soft spot, my dear, and I love Barb. Honestly, I have for years. She's wonderful. Her soft spot is the economy, and I would drive it home every single day until they choked on it and lost, if I was Trump.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Every child deserves a safe and loving home. CASA of Westmoreland is dedicated to making this a reality. Our court-appointed special advocates give a voice to abused and neglected children in the foster care system. You can be that difference in a child's life. Volunteer with CASA and help guide a child to a brighter future. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org today to learn more. That's casaofwestmoreland.org. Together, we can change lives, one child at a time.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA
reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
There's breaking news all day long from around the world. And sometimes all that noise makes it hard to hear about what's happening right here at home. With the free Odyssey app, getting your local news plus breaking news is easy. And even when you're not near a radio, stay connected with what's going on right here by listening live and push alerts. Just download the free Odyssey app and search and follow your local news station and you're good to go. The local breaking news to get you through your day at your fingertips on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
You know what's the best French toast? I'm serious. Oakmont Bakery. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They have crepes or crepes. They're unbelievable. I swear they fill them with mascarpone and strawberries, butter, sugar, Nutella. It's unbelievable. Did I say unbelievable? I guarantee this. Oakmont Bakery, the Oakmont Bakery has the best breakfast you will ever eat in your life. Delicious.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Larry Richard. Once again, we'll honor 5 individuals doing extraordinary things in the Pittsburgh community during our Hometown Heroes event on October 8th. Our Lifetime Achievement honoree is former Pirates manager, Hall of Famer Jim Leland.
Hometown Heroes is brought to you in part by North Shore Tavern and Mike's Beer Bar, Phase 4 Learning Center, McGuire Memorial, Performance Food Service, AquaGuard, JP Roofing and Siding, the Pittsburgh Pirates, Living Treasures Animal Park of the Laurel Highlands, and by News Radio 1020 KDKA.
Barry and Steve Aaronich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center. You know, getting something new creates excitement. For instance, on a scale of 1 to 10, a new TV might be a 3.
A new car might be a 7. But getting a brand new kitchen or bathroom, that is a 10. Few things equal the exhilaration and joy of finding just the right design for the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
And then there's the anticipation you feel as Petite's expert craftsmen transform your dream into a reality. From custom creation to expert installation, our family-owned business has been making people happy for almost 60 years.
Let us help you experience the one-of-a-kind joy you'll get from a brand new kitchen or bathroom from Petite. Visit us on Route 50 just off the Carnegie exit. Call 412-279-2222 or click PATETE kitchens.com. Haven't you waited long enough? PA 625.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for over 20 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
UPMC saved my life. It's just the truth. And when I had cancer. And now they prolong my life. Seriously. I have been in what's called swallow therapy. I had choked 4 times. Heimlich maneuver 4 times. Now, nothing. Now, clear path. Now, I feel safe and secure with the therapy I received at UPMC. It's an amazing place. Life-saving. Life-changing information. UPMC.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times, I'm managing editor Mike Larson. People's Natural Gas customers will see a lower than anticipated rate increase after a settlement approved yesterday by the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission. The settlement calls for a $93 million aggregate annual rate increase rather than the $156 million the Pittsburgh-based utility had requested per year. PUC also approved the merger of its two rate districts, which means an average residential bill in what was the People's Gas Division will see a monthly tariff decrease of 1.2%, while People's Natural Gas Division residential customers will see a monthly increase of 11.9% due to a change in tariffs. People serves about 700,000 customers in western Pennsylvania. Also, the Carolinas have proven to be lucrative turf for banks nationwide, including two largest financial institutions based in Pittsburgh. Add to that field the nation's largest SBA lender and, coincidentally, number 7 in southwestern Pennsylvania by deposit market share. Huntington Bancshares is ramping up its presence in North Carolina and South Carolina with plans to add 55 retail branches and hire 350 across multiple business lines over the next 5 years. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats.
Yes,
They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
We respect that,
Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
We're doing the big vote today. If the election were today, Trump or Kamala Harris. Jody, go ahead.
Hi, Marty.
Hi, Jody.
I've been wanting to call you. You know, that eat the dog and cat thing is crazy.
It is, dear.
But I didn't know how you felt about the Rich Valdez show that KDKA broadcasts from 10 to 1 at night.
No idea who that is. I've never heard it. Good luck to Rich. Of all, she sat on hold to ask me about Rich Valdez. I don't know, but I loved the Pitt student we had on today. She was fantastic. Fantastic. And I plan to use her. Natalie Silberman, right? She was amazing. Joe, go ahead, man. Thanks for holding.
Thanks, Marty. Hey, Marty. We have, in my opinion, the most uninformed electorate in the history of our country. And I could never vote for Trump for so many reasons. I mean, the morals of our country, since he came into office, it's okay now to stiff contractors because of him. It's okay to cheat on multiple wives. It's okay to have sex with porn stars. Not to mention, he's supposed to be a good businessman, a great businessman.
All right, I get it. I cut off the folks praising Trump. I got to cut off the people hating Trump. But I get it. Harris. My man, to address what you're saying, what has happened is people are choosing personality versus policy. That's just what's happened. So they're picking a personality. I can't stand her. Like my boy said, she's stupid. And I said, show me some evidence that shows she's stupid. I hate her. Okay, well, that's an emotion. I hate Trump. Well, that's an emotion. Policy versus personality. It's come down to personalities now. It's more like a game show. Or a reality show, to be honest. My brother Phil in Homewood. What's up?
Yes, sir. Hey, I just heard you mention Trump should focus on the economy with church and graft and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But the only thing about it, Marty, if he lies so much, who's going to believe him?
Well, at least 48% of the populace does right now. He's kind of stuck at 48, and so is she. That's why we have a standoff, sir. So he did get 70 million votes, Patrick, or 65, something like that, right? So you can't argue that people don't support him because they do. It's a toss-up, sir. So I get what you're saying, Phil, but a lot of people love the man. I don't dispute that, and I don't argue it. Go ahead, Daryl. Appreciate you holding, man.
Oh, hi, Marty. A few
few callers ago, somebody was talking about NATO.
Yeah.
And I was stationed in Germany, 1973,
Nice.
3rd Armored Division.
Nice.
And NATO did a whole lot of... Well,
Trump or Harris, sir, please. Trump or Harris?
Trump.
There you go. He's preparing a speech. We're running out of time, buddy. I'm not trying to screw you over. It's just we are. Vince, in honor of my son.
Hello.
Vince, you're going to be the last call.
Okay. Hey, Marty, Harris will not block fracking. The regulatory commissions will raise the standards so high, nobody will be able to meet them. So, I mean, that's what they always do. They let it into those committees, those commissions that are never voted into office, but they rule the world as far as, that goes.
By the way, it's hard to trust. By the way, what he's saying, it's hard to trust her. So I see what you're saying.
You can't.
It's hard to trust when they have her on tape, and I remember this. I remember it distinctly, her saying, yeah, I'll stop fracking. Okay. And then on some Monday afternoon, because she knows she has to win Western Pennsylvania, she says, nah, I'll go with fracking. How do you know? So, yeah, I get it. Excuse me. You're going to die hearing this, but it's not surprising to me. Honestly, I took close to 40 calls, and that's really hard to do in an hour, and it's pretty much dead even. It's actually fascinating. Fascinating. I love you all. I hope you all vote. I do. I hope you all vote. I hope that... By the way, let me tell you something. The demographic for a talk show, whether it's on CNN or MSNBC or Fox, and whether it's on television, network, or radio, it's all 55-year-olds plus. And guess what? You folks, and I'm in that group, we all vote at a clip of 90 to 95%. We are the people that vote. We will make the difference here. That's why Taylor Swift is trying to get young girls to vote, because they voted a clip of about 60 to 64%. That's the truth. And that's what scares Trump, is that she will get 1 million, let's say, young girls to vote that never voted before, and that could make a difference. I'm just telling you what she's trying to do. Okay? Okay. Have a great weekend.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
From inflation to worker shortages, America's small businesses are met with challenge after challenge. Now, a massive tax increase on small businesses is right around the corner. This will impact 9 out of 10 small businesses and lead to job losses, reduced wages, and an economic slowdown, including in Pennsylvania. Visit smallbusinessdeduction.com and tell Senator John Fetterman and Senator Bob Casey to stop the small business tax hike. Paid for by the National Federation of Independent Business.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 80 degrees at Pittsburgh International. At 2 o'clock, I'm David Ballarado. A new senior housing conversion project in downtown Pittsburgh is one step closer to becoming a reality. News Radio KDKA's Pat Septak has details.
A proposed